Should need to update the information. Yep, Twitch is going. Now let's go get YouTube updated. There we go, YouTube's now updated. Perfect. So let's go ahead and get started. Look like I was dropping frames for a moment. Bitrate seems good, YouTube seems good, everything seems good. So let's go ahead and get started. Greetings everyone, and Grade here of another Company Heroes 1 replay. Spawned on the south side as the US player of Shallonosaurus. Cyrus. I still don't know how to properly pronounce that name. Spawned on the north side as the OKW player of Irish Beer. I thought Irish drink more whiskey than beer. Or was it the Scots drink more whiskey than beer? Because the Scots are the one who moved towards Kentucky, and bourbon is a type of whiskey. I must be mistaken. We do have the Captain Rad go around capturing some points. We do have the Panzer Grenadiers likely being built out. Did I already cover this replay? I maybe already covered this replay. Let's take a look what the Panzer Grenadiers plan to do. If they go straight to this fuel point, yeah, I've already cast this replay, but if they go for this munitions point here or this point here. Yep, that's actually already done this replay. My bad. Yep, so yeah, I thought I did that replay. Oh well. At least nobody's in the stream just yet. And here is Langeries, the same map once again. Oh well. Greetings everyone, and Grade here of another Company Heroes 1 replay. Spawned on the north side as the US player of the biggest Master Schorl. Spawned on the south side as the Wehrmacht player, Lexi Hartman. Barracks, Wehrmacht quarters, pretty standard. Is going to use this other Pioneer capture or for building. Looks like it's capturing. Second Pioneer squad or Engineer squad has been deployed out as well. Do we see a extra Pioneer? No, we do not. Just 2 Pioneers.
Barracks complete, as ordered.
Barracks has been deployed. We got a rifleman pushing on out. Do we see Volksgrenadier, MG42, or Schimwagen? Or motorcycle? I'm guessing... I actually going to guess Volksgrenadiers this time. Though there could be a motorcycle or Schimwagen. I doubt it's going to be MG42, but that's just my prediction. It is a Volksgrenadier. I finally got one guessed correctly. Rifleman has been deployed on out. And it's going for the munitions point. Rifleman going to the cutoff point.
Objective secured.
And also the Volksgrenadier is splitting on up. He's sending over the leader to this cutoff point here, or maybe to another point. He will be seen by the rifleman. Does capture that point and
Point taken. It's all army.
decides to fall back with it. Doesn't get him teleported forward. Still getting split up quite a bit, which is not exactly good. That means one model can be picked off one at a time, and the rest of these models still separated. So he's just taking a lot of free damage there. Rifleman pushes way forward. They are behind, both of them behind light cover, and we got the engineers pushing the way forward now. Got the engineers capture the fuel point as this fuel point's also being secured up. Volksgrenadiers will making the withdrawal, or nope, they're going to push back in. Engineers can get inside this building, get some great building for them to get inside. In fact, I think he will get inside the building before the Volksgrenadiers. Yes, he does. Volksgrenadiers perhaps should focus down this squad here. Riflemen pushing the way forward. They gotta make sure you focus fire. Volksgrenadiers are focus firing as well, so the Rifleman squad will be hurt much quicker, but we got the Engineers also quite wounded. Rifleman squad actually prone to being wiped right now. One of the models is pretty far back, but the leader at least will get out of there, no problem. And the Engineers will get some great damage in right there. Rifleman squad reinforcing this point. Engineers do abandon the building. They actually don't get any kills themselves, so no veterancy for him. We got the Volksgrenadiers now withdrawing away from the Riflemen. It's getting some good damage there onto the Volksgrenadier, forcing back as well. This Pioneer is trying to engage the Engineers. That is a Wehrmacht landmine that he does not trip. And that very wounded state that could potentially even be a squad wipe.
Listen here.
This is just basically a train wreck waiting to happen right there. MG42 pushes way forward. He may be eyeing for this garrison. Another Wehrmacht landmine being deployed now. He looks, and US players deploying out his own landmine. MG42 will easily spot this. And even the Fed's crew is getting some great damage right there. One model goes down. Actually, one model did not go down. That's the +1 from the actual landmine being built. And the Riflemen will get suppressed there, making easy pickings for the Volksgrenadiers. Rifleman squad is now falling their way back. We have the Engineers here. The US landmine has, of course, been deployed. Engineers pushing the way forward, making some good damage there on the Volksgrenadier as the Riflemen get a nice little flank there. Volksgrenadiers do fall back. And these Rifleman squads pushing the way forward will easily force back the Pioneers. No problem there. Pioneers receiving quite a bit of fire there. Not a single model dropped, however. Which can be both good and bad thing. Good thing means no manpower blades. Bad thing is, next engagement, he can just disintegrate. He finds a landmine over here. Those Volksgrenadiers do lose 2 models there, and the Wehrmacht player laid down some fresh landmines on top of his crater that he created. Rifleman does get inside the building there. 5 wounded on that side. This is a good building for him. And the Wehrmacht sniper shoots his way forward, does receive a pair of shots there. He does find a shot there on this Rifleman squad here. He's not lining up for another shot there. Does camouflage in time, does decide to fall back. And this Volksgrenadier is pushing way forward. Will get reinforced from this forward building. Somewhat forward building. No landmine there. Nope, he's laying down landmine now, but he will get spotted immediately. And he does fall back. No, yeah, he does fall back. That upgrade symbol is blocking the exclamation point a long time. And he does have the flamethrower, but no flamer bursts there.
Time to kill some crowds.
Rifleman roaming around, trying to get a good hit there on the MG42. And he will get that squad suppressed. Or does retreat back before it gets suppressed.
Enemy unit down.
Oh, enemy unit down. Did a sniper go down? No, there's a sniper. Did a Pioneer go down?
Okay, motor power's ready for action.
I am not sure what actually went down. Let's switch over to the Wehrmacht player. 2 Pioneers, 2 Volksgrenadiers, MG. I don't know what actually technically went down. Maybe destroyed some wire or something like that? I'm not so sure why it yelled out enemy unit down.
We're losing territory.
Over on the right side, we've got the Volksgrenadier making a soft retreat away from the Riflemen. Flamer squad in pursuit as well. Over here, we've got the Riflemen and
Engineers all good.
And Minesweeper pushes away forward. Rifleman trying to protect them. We do have a bunker here. I doubt that's an MG bunker. That's likely going to be a casualty recovery bunker, but it's in position like it's going to be an MG bunker. He always throws MG inside of it, finds the landmine there, and there's the Minesweeper. He's going to beat himself up over that. Two Wehrmacht snipers have been deployed now, getting some great hits there onto the Rifleman. Flame engineers and regular riflemen pushing the way forward. Getting some great damage there onto the Volksgrenadiers. And these riflemen start making their way forward. Both of them quite wounded. The MG42 does find some suppression there. One of the squads. The two-man squad won't be able to hold back the rifleman. He's actually prone to being wiped right now. He does get the wipe there. Didn't have to run him down too much, so it was a bit of a call whether not to quickly focus on the MG42 or wiped out that squad, but the game made that decision quick for him. One medic charge on fourth, so that was a casualty recovery bunker. And a casualty does expire before we manage to get to it. There's two casualties here. The other medic probably is running on forward. He may be able to grab one of these squad models. He does. The other medic, where is he at? Maybe that's where the audio dialogue came from. Enemy unit down. He killed off one of the medics because I only see one medic running around. Could have been the Greyhound taking him out, however. That looks like a Pioneer model. So I'm not so sure what the game declared enemy unit down still. We do have a 50 cal being deployed on top of the Greyhound. Do have a triage center a bit far forward, so he has to mainly micro to get those guys healed and reinforced.
Now that's better. Upgrade complete. Where we headed?
50 cal has been deployed on out.
Fast as we're getting them.
And that's an MG42. Greyhound will find a shot there on onto the Volksgrenadiers. Get two models down before even the shot lands and misses. We do have some landmines blown out right there. The Pioneers do get spotted there. The landmine has been cancelled. The Minesweeper is in this area, so maybe this landmine will be swept. MG42, however, needs to suppress that engineer to prevent him from sweeping that landmine. Good damage there. He's probably too far away from getting reinforced and getting hit quite significantly by that rifle fire. Greyhound pushes his way forward. We may see a squad right there. Does find the landmine there. And there goes the MG42. Does get a couple snipe shots off there. He needs a Panzerfaust. He is going for a Panzerfaust off. The snipers do get revealed, but that's not enough firepower on top of the Greyhound. He's going to go in against those snipers. Nothing appears to be deployed out at the Kriegsberg. Sniper may get revealed there. He needs to angle more towards this direction rather than this direction. And that is, oh, that is a Pak 38 camouflage right there. Pak 38 trying to find a shot, but there's a lot of line of sight blockers there. There's a Wehrmacht landmine there. He's going for another Panzerfaust. No, he's not. He is outside the vision range, so maybe a good idea to actually uncamouflage, reposition, and engage. Oh, that's a U.S. landmine there. That's from the Greyhound. He actually spotted being laid down and got a Minesweeper there onto the Pioneer squad. Does not get another shot off onto that Greyhound. Have trouble line of sight blockers. May got revealed there. No, he does not. Volksgrenadier going forward for Panzerfaust. And looks like he does not get it off. Two casualty has been recovered. The snipers are right there. And got a fresh Grenadier. Starting to repair up the Greyhound now. And does force back the Rifleman squad there. Support weapon center, likely going for counter sniper. And the Volksgrenadier still has the Panzerfaust sort of animation going on. Two Rifleman squads push will force away the Volksgrenadier, no problem. There's at least one other Grenadier. That's the Minesweeper squad. And that's the AT gun as well. We still has the bunker here. The MG42 has been claimed by the US player. Volksgrenadier squads do fall back, mostly thanks to those snipers just being in the region. Yep, that is definitely the capture MG42, not a 30 cal. Landmines be deployed now. The Grenadiers may spot this. That was pretty close. By the way, the Grenadiers will force back the engineers. And we do have a mortar being deployed on out. Unusual option at this point in time. I don't necessarily disagree with it. And that is a Wehrmacht landmine. That's why the minesweeper's not sweeping it. If they push a little bit farther forward, they will spot this US landmine.
Front shifting. Krauts are grabbing territory from us.
Roger.
And may push his way forward. That landmine does not get detonated there. He was still building it. He does cancel it there now. Defensive operations have been selected, so that is infantry doctrine. Switch over to the Wehrmacht player. No doctrine selected just yet, or none we can see. Ooh, Volksgrenadiers does go down, gets burned alive. And still Grenadier out in the field. Landmine here could get detonated by a stray Greyhound shot. Make it trip right there. No, it does not. It is half health. Pack 38 not rotating around. This Pack 38 in a very opportune shot does get direct hit there. This Pack 38 is still set up in a way. If it stays right there, could potentially get the retreat path. Pack 38 sitting out up right there and goes out of control of this Pack 38, which I don't think was camouflage when he charged in at it. On the left side, we got a Grenadier here. Throws out his good. Jeez, these squads are wounded. Yeah, retreating them back, get them healed up is very important to preserve manpower because they're not going to fight for much longer.
On crew, ready?
Pack 38 is camouflaged there. We do have the Grenade Warfare perhaps eyeing for setting up behind this hedge line. It's a good hedge line for mortar to set up on, that's for sure. And the wreckage is getting salvaged.
Okay, Grenadiers, welcome to the squad.
Mortar firing a shot somewhere. Maybe targeting where he last knows where the landmine's at. He must have vision of this region. He does have vision of that region. Pack 38 does have good sight radius. And finds the landmine. Pioneers do get interrupted there, laying down landmine. Engineers and riflemen making their advance as well. And the Grenadiers are severely wounded.
Stop embarrassing yourselves.
Sniper ready to engage.
Snipers starting to make their way forward. We do have these riflemen advancing, make a shot off or two. Do have the bar rifleman upgrades. Sniper getting some shots off on the Pioneers. Another landmine sounds like it got detonated. Maybe that was just the mortar. And these snipers, they do full retreat. Pack 38 could easily get overran. So does the mortar. He has 2 Grenadiers, and that's about it for a front line. Grenadiers will need to fall back relatively soon. Do draw a stick grenade there. It's very congested. Does get some splash damage there, but he's getting overwhelmed by multiple squads of riflemen. Still, however, is exactly what he needs to get back in this game. A powerful infantry asset to engage these riflemen. Medic will be covering this Pioneer model. Or that's a Grenadier model, I should say. And that will be casualty number 3. Stu, line up shot, trying to get a hit there. Mortar does roll a miss there. And fires a shot. And does get 1 kill there. And Sniper is getting some good hits there, even on the retreat path. No levels of veterancy just yet, not even a campcraft center. Pack 38 still camouflaged here. Of course, we do have infantry. We don't have a tank depot. That's likely an M1 AT gun.
Supplies taken. Pass the word back.
Found an enemy minefield.
And that is another US landmine being... Could receive a mortar hit there. Does spot this Wehrmacht landmine. And does get a sniper shot there onto the engineers immediately trying retreating it.
I'm ready for the hunt.
There's only one sniper in that region, so that guy got pretty good quick shots there. This landmine could be tripped. This one could be tripped as well. And there's another US landmine there, so there's a lot of potential hits for this Stu. And that was a bit more effective than it would have been because it got splashed to those squads. On the left side as well, we do have two Wehrmacht landmines being deployed now. That may be a slight mistake, but Stu does get a direct hit there on the MG42 as the Grenadiers making their advance. They may find this landmine there. Smoke rounds being deployed now by the mortar. And Rifleman squads making their advance. Receiving quite a bit of fire there. Throws out a stick grenade onto... They'll try to hit the AT gun, but completely hits the building. Finds that landmine, detonates it. There's still this one right here. MG42 has been decrewed. And US Sniper has his third kill.
We are losing territory.
We're decapturing that point now.
Shoot!
And these pioneers are just severely wounded. He needs actually just veterancy to get some health regen, some minor health regen. Get Vet 1 infantry, Vet 1 support infantry. He's down one sniper now as well. Good hits there. Grenadiers start making their advance. Rolls a miss there. And the US Sniper does find a good hit. Mortar still raining on in right here. Good hits there onto that Rifleman squad with the Stu. Sniper still in the region. On top of a landmine, so one straight shot now Sniper is down.
We defend the fatherland until
Does get a wipe there on the Pioneer squad. Stu getting a great hit down the Rifleman, flinching them, which also keeps them back. Plus the AT gun does roll a miss or rolls a bounce. And finds the Wehrmacht landmine there. Trying to rush down the mortar. The Pack 38 will get spotted there. Fire shot, which rolls a miss. M1 AT gun set up in the region as well. Grenadiers make their advance as the Lucy Hazmatch got a free Grenadier. And does have one more casualty. So 3 casualties away from getting another Grenadier. Great hit there onto the Rifleman. MG42 has been recaptured and fully healed, or maybe it was just captured by a full health squad. And as the landmine here could kill the sniper. How many times have we seen a landmine kill a sniper?
Grenadiers, hold steady!
Oh, and looks like the Stu does not find the landmine. And the Grenadiers are making their way forward with the support of some smoke grenades. US Sniper does find a kill there. And more smoke rounds are raining on in. And it looks like the Stu does find that landmine. And fires a shot there. Rolls a miss in between those rifle squads, flinching them around a bit. Pioneer trying to repair up the Stu now. Gets a miss there. And we've got a regular Sherman tank now out on the field. So he has gone for the tank depot. At the damage engine there, and great AT gun shots there on the Stu. He potentially could have rushed it down the Stu. Second Stu has been deployed out as well. Pack 38 getting some hits there onto the Sherman tank. Rolls a bounce on the frontal armor. And we do got an offensive hard shoot there onto the tank gun. Stuart Sherman has to see quite a bit of fire there, but the AT gun does go down. Riflemen do not have sticky bombs apparently. Maybe get sticky bomb off now. It's hard for me to see if the offensive power shoot annihilating his own squad. Sherman trying to get the kill there onto the sniper. There's still a Wehrmacht landmine here, and that Sherman probably could get killed off by it. Grenadiers do fall back. Riflemen eyeing for the fuel point.
The Yankees are grabbing our territory. We have 200 points.
Rifleman squad does fall back. Camp Graph Center has been deployed and out, but appears to be no levels of veterancy just yet. Grenadiers going to be capturing up the central VP as we got this rifle squad making their way forward. MG42 as well. Another rifleman squad, veterancy 1 this as well. And Grenadier squad will fall back after decapturing the point. Shu does find one good hit there. This other Grenadier is still quite wounded, getting upgraded Pantrax as well. Trying to use Pantrax to engage the Sherman tank. Gets a decent hit there. Shu does get back down to the corner. Those receives to keep on there. The rifleman will find a landmine there, fully pinning the squad. The sniper's engaging, so he has gotten a fresh sniper as well. The first sniper's the one retreating back. Fires one more shot there, rolls a miss as this rifleman squad will be falling on back. Don't think you need to be worried about dirt. Panzerschreck has been deployed on out. MG42 does pack on up. Does receive a miss there. Grenadiers here does get level 1 levels of veterancy now, and does use a medical crate immediately, trying to get some more healing. Do have a model being recovered as well. The rifleman's not exactly very healed up, so this medical crate, medical kit will heal him up quite a bit. And this got this Grenadier now up, has picked up a bar, which can be very handy for them. Grenadier squad, of course, suppressed. No mortar rounds onto the MG42 just yet, but we got the sniper lined up a shot. And the second shot should be coming out soon. It does take out the MG42 with the Grenadier squad itself. Sherman taking them to make his advance, maybe trying to get some shots on in, rolls some misses there as the Stu puts a round into the engineer. Relatively fresh engineer.
We're losing a sector.
Does find a good hit there onto the rifleman squad. Rifleman going for a sticky bomb as the Sherman tank is trying to interrupt the Pantrax shots in there, but the Sherman tank's not in a great position. Does get one model killed, crushed there. Pantrax will be lining a shot. Second Pantrax has been upgraded as well. Damage into there on top of the Sherman tank. Offline power shoot raining on in as well. Forces back the Pioneer. Now trying to roll around, trying to avoid the Pantrax. Grenadier trying to avoid. Does receive a hit there, and one Stu shot. The Stu actually claims a kill there on the Sherman tank. AT gun fires at point blank range. Pantrax shot and Pantrax Grenadier may get the wipe there, but the Grenadier squad does force back. Stu does go down.
Heavy assault force is ready.
Now here comes the Tiger tank. No tank veterancy just yet. Nope, there's one level of tank veterancy. Grenadier squad needs to withdraw. Snipers do fire some shots there. We do have this bunker 2 casualties covered, needs 2 more. And wreckage does not get salvaged by the Pioneer, it gets crushed by the Tiger tank. Tiger tank rolls a miss there on the rifleman.
Ready to punch
This
back
Grenadier
the
squad
Yankees.
has not been reinforced. The sniper's pushing the way forward as well. Double Pantrick Grenadier here, and the other one has been upgraded with 2 Pantracks as well, so both of them has double Pantrack. On the right side, you have the engineers can interact with the landmine. There's one at least built, the other one needs to be cancelled.
Attention. The enemy advances.
Supplies taken. Pass the word back.
Rifleman squad's falling back, but the sniper's still constantly engaging, harassing these riflemen. They do fall back, being pushed way too far forward. MG42 has been recaptured, and it's going to be in a good angle relatively soon. No, he packs up at the wrong time. That could have got some good bursts off on the rifleman. Mortar's making a withdrawal, and we got another casualty being recovered.
They're losing territory.
Tiger tank does force back the rifleman squad. And now we've got another medic casualty recovering, and that will give him a free grenadier. Is there any way to beat sniper spam? Technically it's just 2, not necessarily a spam.
Okay, fire on the air. We're back.
But snipers are very hard to deal with, that's for sure.
Pride of the fatherland.
AT Guns pushes his way forward
Enemy fire.
and does find a bounce there onto the Tiger tank. Okay, so good hits there on the Tiger tank. Sniper's going to be trying to decrew the AT gun.
Grenadiers taking fire!
He does get a decrewed there as the Grenadiers engage in the Rifleman squad. Riflemen do throw a frag grenade there. Late response, no response. Does force back one of the Grenadier squad. The other one's quite wounded as well. More casualties being recovered as well as the sniper shots does get counter sniped there. Very nice. Other one's being lined up a shot. May get another counter snipe there. And he does not get a shot off there. Looks like the AT gun there does get destroyed as another AT gun's pushing way forward. And got some good hits there on the Tiger tank. The riflemen try and go for a sticky bomb. And down south, got the riflemen pushed way forward, engaging into 42. That's likely going to be a repair bunker to help repair up the Tiger tank. And that rifleman squad does get fully wiped there as the sniper's backing away. One Wehrmacht sniper remains. And we do have a surrender. Looks like the US player has surrendered. This is Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Let's see now. Now is this one? This one, next replay is called 84 minutes. So I'm guessing it's going to be 84 minutes long. Let's make sure that I had an unopened drink next to me as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Same map. Oh well. Greetings everyone, Anagrade here with another Company Heroes 1 replay. Spawn on the south side as the Panzer Elite player of Drex N. Spawn on the north side as the US player. We have a foreign name. I'm not so sure what the name is. I usually, if I see that, it's probably foreign characters.
Awaiting command. Grenadiers ready for action.
Fuel point being captured on up as the Panzer Grenadiers are being upgraded immediately with G43s and perhaps eyeing for one of these regular points. US players going for the fuel point and for the strategic point. Not eyeing this fuel point yet, nor this munitions. And not additional engineer being deployed out. Likely a rifleman coming out here. Cutoff point has been captured.
The objective is ours.
It is actually a jeep. Likely next a rifleman. G43 is trying to engage those engineers. Being aggressive of the G43s along his Kettengrad go around capture points. Jeep is in pursuit, trying to hunt down the Kettengrad or even just hitting the Panzer Grenadiers from the flanks.
Squad, ready for orders.
Panzer Grenadiers are behind heavy cover there as the Jeep trying to roam around, finally gets to receive some pens there. And he is starting to make his withdrawal, trying to engage this Kettengrad. Kettengrad does fall back away from the Jeep and trying to circle around, dance around it, so it avoids any sort of damage. Immediately starts recapturing the fuel point. Very little good stall there. Jeep is going to make its withdrawal away from the Panzer Grenadiers now, as these Panzer Grenadiers start making their advance, trying to hunt the Jeep down. So a third squad of Panzer Grenadiers has been deployed. Riflemen now out on the field. And we've got the engineers charging forward, trying to help stop the capture of this fuel point. Capturing it off the way won't get him any income, but won't deny his bonus some income for a bit of extra long time. Two Panzer Grenadiers inside this garrison. One window, so it's not exactly great for two squads. One's all you need. Does how the Panzer Grenadier has popped out. He's great damage on the engineer squad. Does not get the wipe on the engineer squad. He can't be losing that squad at the moment. He needs to go around capture points. There's always points from the capture at this point in the game.
The pond has been secured.
Starting to capture the VP now as the munitions point being captured up as well. And maybe eyeing for this cutoff point. The Panzer Grenadiers may be eyeing for some aggressive play outside his opponent's base. Maybe set up a bit of a line. They don't have access to any support weapons to help secure it. Maybe he's going for a infantry company right about now, but he's spending more manpower there on his 5th Panzer Grenadier. Jeep is still alive as the riflemen come in support, as well as the engineers. Panzer Grenadiers do hop inside the garrison, as the left side of the map is being captured up by a squad of engineers. Riflemen are engaging at long range,
Attacking our petrol depot.
as the engineers are going. They probably won't get the decapture in time. They're going to receive a lot of fire from these Panzer Grenadiers, especially when the second squad pushes forward. Yeah, he won't get the decapture in time. Ophir Jeep in pursuit of the Kettengrad, as this G43 squad is here to disrupt them. That is still the same initial G43 squad, and defensive operations has been researched. Another G43 squad has been deployed on out. How many windows are on this side? I think just 2. Yeah, 2 windows on this side, so it'll be the 2 G43 windows, as both Panzer Grenadiers are now being engaged in this Rifleman squad. That Rifleman squad will get overwhelmed by the Panzer Grenadiers. Rifleman has a firing line there, a lot of light cover there. Jeep is coming in support and draws quite a bit of fire there for the Rifleman. One of the Panzer Grenadier models do go down. He may be on forward HQ here. No, he's not researching just yet. Does have defensive options, does have forward healings. Could eye for this garrison as well. He's been getting inside this garrison quite a bit in case it looks like he's been. It just seems like he wants to get the healing there, but maybe not. Right now, this VP is captured. That's the only VP that's captured, that giving the Panzer League player a bit of a ticket advantage at the moment. Was this something may have been cancelled there? May have been supply yard. Could have been support weapon center.
The munitions point has been captured.
Sort of the US player. I wonder if he canceled something because he went for a doctrine. No, he did not. He is going for some flamer engineers.
Strap that flamethrower on and light that wick. Where we
We
headed?
do have the Jeep pushing its way forward, starting to eye gauging that Kettengrad. But we do have the G43 squad in this garrison. Down here, we got the rifleman squads pushing their way forward, trying to engage these Panzer Grenadiers. 3 rifleman squads here, focusing fire on this Panzer Grenadier. The
Being taken by the enemy.
riflemen should win out this engagement. Panzer Grenadiers are getting some long-range hits there. Perhaps go eye for more of a flanking hit there. Jeep pushes his way forward. Jeep's still a little bit wounded, but the riflemen should be able to win out this engagement, no problem.
Point is ours. Let's take lock it down. Fire! They're in the shit now!
Supply
Does fall
lines
back to one of those squads. We got this
Territory
rifleman squad
occupied.
pushing way forward, trying to engage the Panzer Grenadiers. And he's getting some great damage there on that rifleman.
Point is ours.
One of the Panzer Grenadier squads do fall back. He does have STGs now deployed out in the field. This G43 squad pushes his way forward as well. He remains in this suppressive fire building with these squads, but he just spent a lot of munitions on the STG squad as the Flamer squad starts to make its way forward. Oh, there's the suppressive fire ability immediately on the Flamer engineer, but he is in range, able to get some Flamer bursts out there, immediately recover from suppression there. Flamer bursts will come on in. More riflemen shots are being fired upon as well. Over here we do have some more Panzer Grenadier models.
Fuel supply is ours.
And now Panzer Grenadiers are starting to make their advance. We got a 222 over, has been deployed now.
All right, man.
I haven't heard any sticky bomb research just yet. He doesn't even have support weapons center, let alone a mortar pool or a supply yard. So he's pretty far away from any sort of AT weapon. We do have the supply yard being deployed out now. So it's likely going to be queuing up a mortar pool as soon as possible.
They're taking one of our points.
Riflemen start charging its way forward. The riflemen can do some damage to the 222, give them enough time with their rifles. And maybe Iron just charge down the 222 with the number of riflemen he has. Ketengrad's charging forward, perhaps Iron for the VP. But now G43 and regular Panzer Grenadier squad pushes way forward to get some good
Losing
damage
ground
in.
out there.
Ketengrad will be Iron to decapture the fuel point as this rifleman squad pushes way forward. Iron to engage the Ketengrad. Cutoff points also being decaptured as well.
Awaiting your orders,
So letting this
sir.
get decaptured, not a huge issue, but this is a much bigger issue. It's dying a lot more resources. Does get damage into crit there onto the Ketengrad. Wasn't really paying attention. Maybe we'll get some good damage in. Panzer Grenadiers do fall back. Ketengrad does go down, and the rifleman squad is getting annihilated by the autocannon. Looks like someone buffing out the scratches there on the 222. Didn't have a whole lot of damage onto it. Let's see now. We do have a motor pool. Either a Greyhound or AT gun's going to be deployed now. I'm going to guess an AT gun first.
Work is done here.
Scout cars makes a withdrawal. We do have a mortar half-track now deployed out in the field. A lot of good line of sight blockers here for him. And now I've got 2 Panzer Grenadiers of G43s in this region. 2 riflemen are here. AT gun on the build queue.
Our work is done here.
Recon
And Jeep
ready.
should have vision of that. But now here comes the scout car coming in for some reinforcements as well. Riflemen do get spotted rotating around, trying to avoid the Panzer Grenadiers G43s right there. The garrison is a good garrison. Should be able to get some good damage there onto this Panzer Grenadiers. Flame engineers get ripped apart, or no, they're just regular engineers.
We're in the shit now. That's it.
Rifleman squad here will get overwhelmed. There's 2 STG squads. So it appears it has 3 G43s, 2 STG 44s. So he will not be able to get any more Panzer trucks at the moment. He has to build separate squads for that. But that's still a lot of anti-infantry fire coming out on him. So Greyhound could actually be very good. If you were to count off how many Panzer Grenadiers his opponent's going, because most times Panzer League players go for about 4 Panzer Grenadiers. If you were to count the squads, he would realize there's no Panzer truck squad for him to get upgrades or deploy out generally.
Anti-tank on deck.
Point is ours. What's
AT gun has been deployed out. Triage Center has been deployed, of course, as well. Gives much needed healing. I thought I heard a landmine detonation. I guess not. Jeep receiving some fire there, but getting repaired up by the autocannon. Not autocannon, by the engineers. AT gun that's getting directed there, getting a damaged engine credit. That 222 was not fully healed, so now even the Jeep poses a threat to it. It goes down to the AT gun. I was really hoping that actually the Jeep gets the kill on it, but guess not. Mortar half track raining on in, trying to get some hits on then. And if that Jeep's still alive, you can always go for armor reduction, get the light vehicle capture ability, and let the Jeep go around capture points to show them show the category on how to do it. Rifleman pushing way forward, getting focused down quite significantly. This three-man squad will need to fall back really soon, but he's getting hit. The other squad's getting hit significantly by the STGs. Runs through a bit of the flame effect there, getting cinched a little bit, but doesn't drop any additional models there. This Rifleman has not been fully reinforced. And now we've got a medic station being deployed on out as well. Panzergrenadiers with STGs do fall back and prone to being wiped at the moment.
Enemy
He
unit
does
down.
get wiped there with the last volley. Medic station will be deployed out soon, which will allow him, of course, to help recover all those casualties. He has a lot of riflemen. 1, 2, 3, 4 riflemen. No bars upgrades, but 4 riflemen, he should potentially get a constant supply of fresh recruits. Or not so fresh recruits, really, if they're recovered by a medic station.
Objective secure. Rifle squad advancing.
Looks like he's focus firing down some of these hedge lines. Jeep is still alive. Jeeps will have diminishing returns. Maybe just sort of keep around over here, just help protect the flanks.
Territory is
But at this
ours.
point in
Let's
time, can't really be too aggressive with it. Panzer Grenadiers started making their way forward, trying to engage this Rifleman squad. This Rifleman squad can get overwhelmed by these G43s. But the Riflemen are also throwing shots there onto the half-track, so now's like a break. He needs to start hitting shots onto these Panzer Grenadiers. Half-track will stay alive for quite some time.
We're losing contact with
Does
one
get
of
some
our
nice
sectors.
suppression there thanks to the suppressive fire ability, and the Rifleman squads do fall, at least that one will fall back. These 2 Rifleman squads making their advance. Engineers are going to capture that fuel point. We do got the same strategic point being captured up by the Panzer Grenadiers.
Yep.
Now got the autocan scout car rushing forward, trying to get some shots there onto the Jeep.
Ready.
More and more mortar hits are raining on in. Rifleman squads are making their advance. They may get Sticky Bomb off on the mortar half track. Though I don't think I heard Sticky Bomb research just yet. And with the... I may not have it yet.
taking fire here.
We're losing ground out there.
Right in the middle of a goddamn
Panzer Grenadiers are behind a little bit of cover there. Can't get inside the garrison. Getting inside the garrison is a horrible idea with a flamer engineer right there. Yep, he finds that out the hard way. He will need to fall back very shortly. The flamer engineer should hop inside the garrison. Receive a lot of flamer bursts here. Need losing 2 models there. Scout car pushes way forward. The armored car. Those throw some rounds there onto the Jeep. The Jeep is relatively durable versus the autocannon. Flamer squad may want to back out of that building because there's only 5 windows on that side. And we do have a landmine deployed there, but it does get cancelled. And the garrison itself does go
Our
down.
supply lines are being threatened.
Looks like
Over
we
here, we've got
bumped
2
the
reference squads pushing the way forward. I'm to engage these Panzer Grenadiers. Looks like 2 of them are veterancy 1. Both of them have accuracy veterancy. And riflemen are just moving forward together, eyeing for this light cover. This squad is out of range and captured the point while these 2 squads are engaging with heavy cover. It looks like I got some more mortar hits raining on in somewhere there. Looks like right there.
Enemy
And he's still trying to destroy these hedges, though he may want to redeploy towards the armored car. Still 4 command points for the US player. And finds a US landmine there. AT guns pretty far away, however, spawn. The Flamer squad does get suppressed there by the G43s. This point was not fully decaptured, does stop the capture in, well, mid-decapture. Rifleman squad wounded, fall back, severely wounded. Over here, we got the Jeep charging forward. Does suppress the Rifleman squad there with the G43 squad, and the Jeep is starting to engage the mortar half-track. Jeep still charging forward, getting some good damage there onto the mortar half-track.
Hey, you maggots want to live forever?
And the mortar half-track will fall back.
Go look for R&R. We're shooting at
And the Rockman squad will fall back in time. We got, of course, the medic station right here. 2 casualties remain to cover. He has 1 crawling on back, or being carried on back. And STG squads do fall back. Jeep charging on forward, trying to get some damage in there, as we got the scout car right here. Medic does not recover a casualty in time. He's falling back empty-handed as the Rifleman squad pushes the way forward, trying to get some more damage in there. And the mortar half-track is getting repaired up by the Panzer Grenadiers, queued up, and then repair up the armored car. The 222. Panzer Grenadiers are just sort of skirting off light and light cover as the Jeep starts making advance. Perhaps trying to get some hits there onto the armored car, but it looks like he is going to get some damage, and of course the Jeep's not like the greatest item for that. And now the G43's armor car and the mortar half-track all push forward towards his opponent. AT gun is being packed up, trying to avoid the Panzer Grenadier fire. Doesn't want to lose it just yet. The AT gun will likely get decrewed, especially when going across the negative ground. It does get it decrewed right there. He does have this Rifleman squad here to help protect it, and a fresh Rifleman squad has blown out. He doesn't realize it just yet. On the left side, we've got the Rifleman squad charging on forward. Forces back 1 STG squads. This 1 Rifleman squad will need to fall back. Currently being flinched around. Both of them do fall back in time. Flamer Engineer at FHC 2 pushes the way forward and trying to gauge. And 1 of the medic models does go down. He's lost a lot of casualties in this region, so losing 1 medic there, which means a lot less medics. Actually, he has 2 medic stations here. That's actually 4 medics. That means he's going to recover a lot of casualties. Getting out 2 medic stations, you'd be surprised how many casualties do recover, and it's really hard to kill all those medics. And he's recovering more and more casualties right here. Pretty close to another Rifleman squad. He's currently right now 6 Rifleman squads, so having a squad wipe is not a massive deal, but he has 1 medic remaining. No medics remaining. And more starting to rain on in. The M1 AT gun is still getting focused down. Medics charging forward, trying to cover another casualty. And now we've got a huge wave of riflemen charging on forward. And that lot of bar fire can pose a threat even to the armored car. But he's going to sustain a lot of losses, but the G43s are not fighting. The mortar half-track did not get any good hits in either. Engineers do fall on back as well. And these Panzer Grenadiers may actually go down to this wave of riflemen. 1 Panzer Grenadier does go down. STG squad setting up in behind heavy cover. Does get the wipe there. Full detonation there on the Flamer Engineer. So that 2 Flamer Engineer. And the Panzer Grenadiers here are falling back and gets wiped out. It's just straight up a blob. Ooh, great mortar hit there. Plus, another Rifleman squad has been reformed. Assuming how many medical models are up, he's going to have a lot of casualties to recover. Looks like he's only recovering up to 2 more casualties.
Rifle squad has the objective.
Mortar half-track is making a soft retreat away from the rifleman.
Be the quiet part of the war.
And does get damaged into there by the bar rifle fire. But there's two kinds of grenadiers here. One STG, one G43. They should be able to protect this armor car. And it's got the other G43 squad now advancing as well. Falls back that squad. Rifleman behind the heavy cover there. And his own mortar almost took out that armor car. Jeep's falling back. Does get damage into there, but should be able to crawl away at the current rate. No repairs on the armor car just yet either. He's probably going to... Yep. It's going to start repairing up now. Now Panthers have deployed on the field. With the amount of riflemen, has gotten a tank motor pool, but against Panthers, I would say maybe Airborne could be the best option from the select. Airborne, of course, does allow them to bring in some heavier call-in support, though armor wouldn't be half bad with the Pershing and Calliopes. Best not go for Allied War Machine all too much, unless they're... Yep, he's going for the Pershing. Another medic station has been deployed on out of the field. Right there. He wants to recover his casualties, and he will recover his casualties with 3 medic stations out. It's even hard to focus on all the medics are charging forward with 3 medic stations. 2, I say, it's actually really powerful.
Troops can now make sticky bombs.
Sticky bombs now available. 2 is really powerful, but 3, that's a little bit overkill in my opinion.
Enemy unit down.
Enemy unit down. Looks like the left side took out a... Oh! Landmine, along perhaps with some follow-up rifleman shots. Could be a sticky bomb there as well. Do got some US landmines along the flank as well. Does spot the medic station. A little bit exposed there. At least he has backups. Literally.
Base is taking fire.
Took a couple shots there. Can't recover casualties from tank shots. Only from rifle shots and sometimes explosions. These Panzer Grenadiers getting focus fired down quite significantly. Does fall back with both those squads. And getting some good hits there on the riflemen. We got a number of casualties here. These rifle squads charging forward as well. Jeep does go down. Couldn't capture up any points. Keeping it alive, holding capture the flanks wouldn't be half bad. Multiple sticky bombs onto this Panther. Damage engine there and a bit of damage to boot.
We're losing a strategic sector.
Has one an AT gun there. Very nice. Goes out another pair of sticky bombs there, just trying to swarm the Panthers of sticky bombs. Gets a short engine crit, which means if he rallies more and more riflemen there, 3 more sticky bombs could potentially wipe out the Panther. Going for another sticky bomb there. Fully immobilized, so can no longer retreat. One rifleman squad does fall back and does get the kill there with on the Panther. These rifleman squads are all falling back. I'm not sure how many casualties are being recovered. A lot. And needs one more casualty to be recovered to get a free rifleman. Hopefully he has production of levels going on, because he's going to be very low on manpower with the amount of reinforcements he needs. He has currently 7 rifleman squads. Pretty close to an 8th one.
After our casualties being reported.
Ooh, what was that? Hummel. It has to be Hummel, right? Yeah, Hummel's not barraging his base. AT gun does lose a model there. No casualty being recovered. He should have enough for a Pershing right in command points, just probably needs more manpower. He may be holding off on it. XTG squad does fall back.
Regiment is holding heavy armor for us.
Pershing now available, is reinforcing his squads, however. Riflemen reformed. A 8th rifleman is now on the field. He needs to send 1-2s of these squads to go around the flank and start capturing points. Yes, he's doing it. Not 1s and 2s, but a lot of riflemen capture the flanks now. With the number of riflemen he has, it can put quite a bit of capping pressure, to say the least.
Got to get out there and fight.
The men are formed up.
Wounded
sir.
rifleman here. He could just keep it along the flank if he doesn't want to reinforce him because of the high manpower costs now. Mortar half-track pushes his way forward. We'll find some of these forces. Maybe going for incendiary mortar.
Roger. Rifleman squad.
Nope, first round was a deadly high explosive.
Sector is ours. The enemy is on us.
Over here, we got the Pioneer squad falling on back. Does force back the Panzer Grenadiers, no problem. As these Panzer Grenadiers pushing way forward, does have spot this landmine there. It does get it canceled there, not fully built. This landmine here could be spotted by the G43s as well. Rifleman squad's pushing way forward. I need to get some sticky bombs there onto the Hummel. He needs 800 manpower for the Pershing as well, but no, he's not getting some sticky bombs on the Hummel, so now going for the mortar half-track. Or, I'm not exactly sure what he's actually going for. There's, of course, this down Panther, which could use Broken Tiga to recover it. We've got a logistics company being deployed on out. Maybe going for infantry half-tracks, maybe going for some 223s. Maybe he's going for... Which building has the munitions half-track again? I forget. I see that I forget so little about the munitions half-track. I'm thinking he may be going for munitions half-track for a Goliath or 3. Does throw out a sticky bomb there onto the mortar half-track. Get it fully immobilized. The bars could potentially focus it down. A damaging boot. May see sticky bomb there onto the Panther or onto the Hummel. He does spot the Hummel now deployed on up. Going for a crush, get some good crushes there. Both the one-man riflemen are falling on back, repairing up the mortar half-track now. Hummel barrage running into the base.
Base is under attack.
Machine gun emplacement going down is fine. Treehouse is something he doesn't want to lose. He needs to maintain his manpower. And now we've got the Pershing charging on forward. He still only has the one Panther. Throws around into the mortar half-track. Throw rounds to the Panther right now because he sees all the repairs. Get some good hits there. Panther's severely wounded as well. Does roll a bounce there. Receives a bounce. Turn repair up the Panther, rolls a miss. A rifleman pouring on in. Maybe charging some riflemen for some sticky bombs there. The Hummel's still quite exposed. Reveals his rear armor and does take it out, trying to force back these Panzer Grenadiers there to get the wipe. Triple Veteran C Panzer Grenadier here with a bar. Perhaps with a G43 as well. Mortar half-track may go down to the Panther. Nope, it does not. However, Hummel is still very much exposed, and nothing really there to protect it.
We have the point, and we're damn well gonna keep it.
And we do have another set of Panthers being deployed on now, being body blocked by the mortar half-track.
To all units, light vehicles may now advance and capture territory.
He can always now rebuild Jeeps and Greyhounds or capture points. Very unlikely he will.
Point captured.
Good, it's there on the Hummel. Panther's charging forward. This is a Vet 1 Pershing. Does receive a pen there by the Panther. And he does not have enough munitions to allied field repair. Or just field repair, not allied. I got that mixed up with allied war machine. Does get damage into there thanks to a nice sticky bomb. Panther's charging on forward as well. Doesn't get a sticky bomb off this squad. Does get the cutoff point there. All the riflemen is getting some great view control of the map. If I were to bring up the tactical map, you see here most of the map is captured up thanks to the abundance of riflemen he has.
The enemy is down to 300 points.
Hummel now raining on a barrage in somewhere. Ooh, it's raining down short. Was that a squad wipe? Nope, both the rifleman squads are falling back, trying to avoid the barrage. He has to be very careful with his manpower blade. He has a lot of riflemen, but that's also a lot of potential bleed.
Losing ground out there.
Rifleman charging him forward, making some good hits there on the Panzer Grenadiers. He could get a sticky bomb off on the mortar half-track. Danger damage has been repaired on this Panther. Gains some good hits there on the rifleman as well. Pershing getting repaired up. Still maintains 1 level of veterancy. He may need some buddies, but he's pretty short on manpower to get some more buddies to help engage the Panthers. He does have to have a AT gun still alive, getting it healed up. A lot of craters here. Triage Center could receive some repairs. And now he's finally getting... Is that level 1 or level 2? Hopefully that's level 2. Because the amount of manpower he needs is significant. Good hits there onto the rifleman. He does fall back to the rifleman now.
We have a threat to our victory point. Our forces are taking
And the rifleman
casualties.
squad does go down. Mortar half track trying to avoid the rifleman. As these Panthers start to push their way forward. I suppose losing a rifleman squad is not a huge
fuel
problem.
point is
He
being
is
taken by the
down
enemy.
to 6 squads of riflemen.
Crew, look alive.
AT gun could be setting up. We got more riflemen advancing. No mortar. Sounds like there was a mortar hit there, but was not. And we got this Panzer Grenadiers kept at the fuel point. Of course, they'll get forced back quite easily. And at this point in time, he doesn't really need to focus on fuel points because they have plenty of fuel. Honestly, needs the points for population space. Pershing lurking along the flanks does not get shot off into the rear armor.
Stay by me and I'll keep you alive.
Enemy
And we got
down to
3
200
sticky bombs there on the Panther. Does get damage into there and a lot of damage upon it. No sticky bombs there on the Hummel just yet. The Hummel's only at 4 kills. This other Panther could receive some sticky bombs. Getting both the engines snared will be quite useful. Gets 2 sticky bombs there. And got damage into there. And there goes the mortar half track. Pershing could take time to pick off one of these units. Fully immobilized Pershing there thanks to the rifleman's sticky bombs. Could take time with capture one of these squads with the capture the VP with one of their squads. However, the Hummel will protect that point. Pershing trying to hit this Panther, and with this immobilized Panther here, he could try to avoid its range. Can be a bit difficult sometimes. Doesn't have enough munitions there for allied field repairs. Maybe can't really spend manpower on to getting out some munition caches. Does saw another sticky bomb there. Does go down to the 8th tank gun, getting some immediate veterancy too. Still just a double capture against the Axis player. And now the Kampfgruppe company is now under siege. Does back away.
Objective secured. Rifle squad defended.
Panzer Grenadiers could take some time to help repairs. Hopefully it has the repair kits, probably not. And this rifle squad does get forced back.
We're losing a strategic sector.
Engines has been repaired on the Panther, and the Hummel is fully repaired.
This is Pershing Heavy Cav.
5 squads of riflemen. He has lost some squads. He's been fighting away from the medic stations. He still has 3 of them there. He can potentially put a 4th medic station. The other medics tend to gravitate to other medic stations sometimes. Of course, the casualties have to be recovered from them to do that. That one Pershing engaging, trying to be repaired up by the engineers, but getting ripped apart thanks to the fact they're on negative ground. And Hummel barrage raining on in, maybe trying to get some hits there on the Pershing. This Panther still is now severely wounded. Will back away. More Hummel rounds raining on in. That was a pretty good shot.
Munition sector.
Which I did believe that gave him 1 level of veterancy.
Our war machine is raring to go.
Really pointless ability at this point in time. He does have quite a bit of manpower now, thanks to the fact that he has been taking pretty good engagements. And he has the high production as well. Pershing's still a bit wounded, getting repaired up by the engineers.
We're losing them as fast as we're getting them.
Now, Hummel has not been able to get any barrages in the base. The base barrages haven't been all too effective. And these buildings are still a bit damaged. Panther's being forced back. The Veteran C1 on the Panther on the Pershing is very important. Just happens with both of those Panzer Grenadiers in that building. There are 5 windows on the side and plenty of windows for now to gauge, since he's now fighting a 360 engagement.
Enemy unit down.
Not sure what squad got wiped out. May have been the STG squad. Both Panzer Grenadier squads do fall back. Panther trying to avoid fire from the riflemen. He's just dealing with too many riflemen. He potentially could go for a Panzer Force C to help engage those riflemen, but the amount of riflemen charging forward, he isn't. And he's been a bit suicidal right now, so I'm not exactly sure what the Panzer League player should go for. Sector Artillery will buy him some saving grace once he gets that ability activated. Let's switch over to the Panzer League player to see what his resources are like. He has a lot of manpower. Going for another Hummel is not a good idea. This one has not been effective enough to warrant a second Hummel. More Panthers wouldn't be half bad. He has 4 squads of Panzer Grenadiers, and a lot of munitions. He has sector artillery as well. Maybe he should be a bit more aggressive when using that, because he has nearly almost 800 munitions. That will give him enough sector artillery for a very, very long time. He should activate one right here, right now. Panther now receives a fire. 80 guns comes forward as well. It's Special C2. Has the CD grenades now available. Panther does receive some shots there. Trying to go for Senior Grenade there onto the AT gun. He does get the Senior Grenade off on the AT gun. Panther is a bit wounded. And now the Pershing's at Veteran C2. If he's able to capture some more points, he should be able to get out another pair of Panthers. The VP is cut down on quite significantly. And maybe throw some rounds on the Pershing. Right now, the Hummel's definitely off cooldown, so throwing some rounds on the Pershing in the next engagement, like right now, wouldn't be half bad. Gets a nice pen there. There he goes. Now he's firing some shots now. Panther trying to do loud. He wants to get out another pair of Panthers. He's going to sacrifice the Panther. The Hummel maybe get the kill there. A sector artillery now raining on him. He does get the kill there onto the Pershing, and the Panthers actually stays alive. So that's actually really, really good. Combined assault of 3 different assets managed to take out the Vet 2 Pershing.
Campo cannot have been failure. We must improve our 50 points.
Panzer Grenadiers are receiving some fire from the riflemen and the unvetted Panzer Grenadiers. And we'll have a bit of trouble because a lot of the riflemen are actually quite vetted. Those are on the Senior Grenade there. He has a lot of missions to use, so he can be a bit wasteful with the Senior Grenades. Rifleman, however, throws a pineapple in return. Fresh Pershing now deployed out on the field. Does throw a round into the ambient structure. Or into the hay bale, really. Oh, the pile of hay. It's not a hay bale. Just simply a pile of hay. You gotta be careful when storing hay like that. It can ignite itself. As hay starts drying out and ferments a bit, if you don't have proper hay storage, it can actually set itself on fire by simply being in too large of a pile. Panzer Grenadiers do not decapture the VP.
Our base is under attack.
And he has now a fresh pair of Panthers. He has lost the wounded Panther that was in the middle, or I'm not exactly sure where. Depending where the carcass is, he could use a Broken Tiga to recover it. And this Panzer Grenadier does get hit by the Pershing. Panthers starting to push their way forward, may get a shot there. With 2 Panthers here, the 2 Panthers should be able to engage the Pershing, especially with the rear armor exposed like that, getting 2 pens immediately as well. 2 hits there, the Pershing needs to get on out of there. Shouldn't really rotate the armor, just drive away. The AT gun can be used to cover it. It is Vector C3. Good hits there. And does get Sticky Bomb there onto that Panther. Damage into there. This one's quite wounded as well. Both the Pershing Panthers need to fall back. Riflemen, all these are Veteran C2 ones versus 2 Vet 3s and unvetted Panzer Grenadier. Those are some frag grenades there. Does manage to avoid the frag grenades, and the incendiary grenades do come out as well. He actually disables the central VP. He looks like he's going to now use a Scorched Earth tactic of stalling out, and now the Humo's going to barrage that point. Pershings do have a bit of health to gamble with against sticky bombs. Sector artillery rains on in, and depending with this next Humo shot, nope, does not get the kill there. We got a medic here. Not sure which medic station this came from. Not this one, or maybe this one. Another casualty has been recovered. So as the U.S. player starts taking engagements over here, he can start getting some casualties recovered, which could mean more and more waves of riflemen. An AT gun being ran down, and does get decrewed there. More incendiary grenades being hit, getting some good damage there.
Even the enemy's Shermans will be no match for our new anti-tank grenades.
Anti-tank grenades and sprints, getting a whole bunch of upgrades at the moment. Any more on the queue of any of these? Nope. He may have got them all. So I think Veteran Sergeant I haven't seen researched. And there goes that Panther. Humo now perhaps trying to rain in on this location. And does get the decrew on that AT gun, but that was an unvetted AT gun. He must have lost the Vet 3-1 to another assault or barrage. I see a dead AT gun there. Fresh, relatively fresh Kaliningrad, adding the capture up some points. Rifleman will spot the Kaliningrad. He may be able to gun it down. Does not get a sticky bomb off onto it. And the Panzer Grenadiers do be forced back by a grenade. Good hits there. We may see an AT grenade there from the Panzer Grenadiers. He does have that researched. He is hitting the Rifleman. No AT grenade thrown. And does disable that point. Not really a critical point. That's probably going to be disabled for the rest of the game. Riflemen here are trying to repair this point, but does not get the point repaired. We may see a Humo barrage in this region once again. Rifleman starts charging his way forward. And we do have another AT gun here to support the Pershing.
Achtung, enemy forces are attacking our petrol depot.
Kaliningrad maybe on to go around some booby traps, some points as the Panther is starting to engage these riflemen. We may see a sticky bomb.
We are losing ground.
He has deployed out a Martyr. Okay, that's I was not expecting a Martyr being deployed out. Maybe he's going for a cheaper option than the Panther. Martyrs are relatively cheap. I forget how much they cost. They're like $280? And he doesn't really want to waste his Panther, so he's going for a Martyr to help support this current Panther out in the field. The Martyr can be relatively expendable. That's the Kaliningrad right there. Martyr's pushing the way forward. Perhaps I to set on up relatively soon. Does fire and rolls a miss. Riflemen do get a sticky bomb off onto this Panther. Does get destroyed engine crit, which means he is be very, very slow. Does spot the Martyr there, and bars are getting some great penetrating hits there onto the Martyr, doing scratches worth of damage. Rifleman squad does get fully wiped there. Martyr pushes his way forward, perhaps trying to engage some of these forces. Pershing's advancing, still a bit wounded. Does receive a bounce there, and receives a miss there. Does get another bounce there. AT gun, however, getting some good hits there onto the Martyr. But the Martyr does get a direct hit there onto the AT gun. Another good hit there on the Martyr, severely wounding it. Panther can be recovered by the Bergantiga. I'm not sure what else is in the region to be recovered. Looks like all the other carcasses may have been cleaned up.
Tank destroyer awaiting further orders. Yeah.
We are losing a sector.
The fuel points being decaptured up by the rifleman.
Herr Kommandant, capture order completed.
Ready for orders.
Marder here. Send your orders.
Supply lines are broken. We have territory cut off from supply.
The Central VP has not been repaired yet, nor has it really been started. And he's going for a 30 cal. Interesting. He could start repairing the VP if he wants to help secure it. Kaliningrad is falling on back, severely wounded. No damage to engine. Pershing's skirmishing around. We do have a medic stationed here. So it's down to one more casualty before getting out another rifle squad. It's going for 40 HQ here. We'll allow him some forward healing, but the building's under siege by the Panther. He's trying to keep the squad in here. Pershing will fire the shot and does not get a wipe there, so the 40 HQ will be deployed. Goes out frag grenade there. Panther Grenadier does get fully wiped inside that garrison. That was a Fed 3-1, I believe. We do got another sector artillery now raining on in the sector. Does force back these rifleman squads.
An enemy unit.
And a Hummel does ready his barrage. Does take out the AT gun. Fully wipes it out.
Base is under enemy fire.
Martyr and Panther making their advance. And we've got the Pershing now putting the Fort HQ under siege. We'll spot the 30 cal there. And does get double pens there. That is efficiency to Pershing as well. Martyr's getting some good hits in. Multiple good hits there. The Pershing's severely wounded. Calibrating on it can severely wound the Martyr. We got the Allied War Machine being activated. Does take out the Pershing there. Pershing does not rotate its gun around in time in order to take out the Martyr. But the Martyr almost went down to the sector artillery. Double defense efficiency on the Panther, and now getting some shots onto the 30 cal emplacement. And fresh Pershing now making his advance. Panther is backing away, trying to avoid some sticky bombs. Does not receive a sticky bomb just yet. G43 squad is inside the garrison. Does receive 1, 2 sticky bombs there. It gets damage into crit as well as some more damage. Hummel shot does roll a miss there. The next one will take a bit of time before landing. Actually, that was Maven's last shot there. And he does get a nice little pen there on the Pershing. That little bit of damage there will force back to keep those squads back. And now the Martyr still has his gun, severely wounded, but as long as his gun's up, he should be able to get some more shots in. Hummel will now be able to advance to provide more closer range support as these rifleman squads try to engage the flanks against these G43s. Calliope Barrage will take up the Martyr. Will take up... There it goes. There are 2 wreckages here, so Bergantiga has another wreckage over there. There's actually a lot. I didn't realize there was that one. Going for Bergantiga would be a not half bad idea. Though would probably put him over pop cap, which would be a bit of a problem.
Target destroyed.
Panther now receiving some fire there from the Pershing. Getting some good pens on both sides. AT gun firing some shots in as well.
We have destroyed an enemy unit.
Panzer Grenadier squad is falling on back. It does send a bounce there onto the Panther. AT gun now sieging the building there. Panther receiving some much needed healing. He does have an armor car here. And Rifleman Squad Force does force back that one Panzer Grenadier. Calliope's only kill is a Martyr, an unique kill for Calliope.
Send orders.
And we do now have a second Martyr deployed out on the field.
Attention. The enemy advances.
Calliope Barrage running on in will get some great damage to the garrison. The garrison gets immediately annihilated. And I thought I heard a booby trap being activated. Yep, booby trap has been activated there and right there as well.
Order successfully completed.
The VP has still not been repaired out, so it's still going to be a very, very long game.
Our rifles are cold. Let's send over. The enemy is attacking.
Yep, that's Martyr, not a Hummel. And now the armored car is now skirting around, getting some damage in. Riflemen may be behind. They will get us to keep them off behind the cover, or behind the garrison, destroyed garrison. Martyr does roll a bounce there. Damage engine crit there on the Panther. He needs to get that thing repaired up. Martyr is set on up. We'll get a high rate of fire benefits. And now got the sector artillery rating on this sector, which will help zone out his opponent for all across the front line. All the way even over here as well. Panther out of vision range, does not receive artillery shots there. G43s do throw some shots there onto that medic station, and the G43 squad immediately falls away from that Panther. Riflemen now have actually C3. Does get damage engine crit there thanks to these rifleman bars. Hummel engaged at close range, so is the Martyr. The Martyr may get a kill there on the Pershing if he maintains vision range, but does roll a miss there. Calliope Barrage into the base. Largely was
We are losing
ineffective.
ground.
Pershing still being healed, or Panther being healed on up. Carcass goes down there when he's trying to hit this rifleman. And there's no music playing. Let's switch over to the US player. Riflemen are skirting around, avoiding the mortar fire as the G43 squads are advancing. There's 3 G43 squads. That's all of his infantry, excluding the one that's repairing over here. Also G43. Same grenade was thrown. Another booby trap. That one model may go down? Nope.
Waiting your orders, sir.
Panzer Grenadiers do throw a Cinder grenade there, singeing up these riflemen. He's trying to throw a counter frag, but he may lose that rifleman squad entirely. Number of casualties here is a large number of casualties, and the medics are all rushing on forward to get those.
Back in full fighting strength.
Hummel Barrage raining on in. Does roll a miss there. Casualties are still here. Medics now charging on forward. We got a whole 4 medics charging forward, but some of these casualties are starting to expire because they start knocking around the medics themselves. This rifleman squad will need to fall back relatively soon. Calliope Barrage raining on in, getting some good damage there onto the Panzerjäger command. Pershing and AT gun are right here. The Panther does receive some hits there while the Martyr is still at full health. Getting some good hits there onto the Pershing as the Martyr does receive an anti-tank gunshot. Does fall back to Martyr now after receiving near critical damage. And looks like he's starting to booby up trap this point up now. He does find one of those landmines, doesn't get suppressed there. And I don't think he'll get the wipe there. He's actually prone to being wiped himself, depending his retreat path.
We're losing ground out there.
This medic's pathing is going up here. This medic does receive some fire there, does avoid going down. This medic's going back empty-handed, and there's also a drop bar there.
Base is under attack.
Humo barrage into the base. We do have a fresh sniper being deployed on out, so he will have 2 snipers. This one's still alive. This point has not been repaired out, so this game will continue. More of these booby traps are being triggered. Does fall back from that one as well. Pershing is unvetted, and the US player is having pop cap while he thinks of the rear rifleman squads. We may see some AT grenades here. No, we do not see AT grenades. These will be determining the AT gun. Oh, here we've got the rifleman squad now following on back. Does receive some hits there. Another sniper has been deployed now, so 2 snipers have been deployed now as we got the next Calio barrage. And the Panzer Air Command does go down. It was absorbing a lot of those shots from actually landing right there. Martyr getting overran, so is the Panther, splitting up his units, and maybe gets to think about both of them. Humo barrage raining on in right there. Getting some hits there onto the Pershing. 2 sticky bombs there onto the Panther. Does receive a full immobilization, but we got the G-43s advancing. There's one rifle squad will need to fall back really soon. Pretty close to being wiped. It does get wiped there. He was at pop cap as well. We've got another sticky bomb there, and this may kill off the Panther. Nope, it does not. Just gets damaging for it.
Ground out there.
Another medic charging on forward. And he has enough casualties to deploy another rifleman squad. So these medics... I'm not sure what happens if you get extra casualties when you already have maxed out. Does it store them, or does it just gets put to waste? I suppose he doesn't really need more riflemen. Another fresh pair of Panthers. So right now there's what, 3 Panthers deployed on the field because thanks he lost the Martyr and we captured a bunch of points. Calliope's now receiving some deadly hits there. Oh no, still has the Martyr out, or fresh Martyr. So he has 3 Panthers and a Martyr. The Calliope does go down. Another booby trap has been triggered. Does get another rifleman squad deployed on the field. Doesn't recapture that point in time before the booby trap. Now it can start capturing, but loses another model there. Panthers starting to make their advance. Humo's trying to rain some rounds in this general location. Make it the AT gun, make it the Panther, the Pershing. There's roll up bounce there. Humo barrage has discontinued. Martyr still in a defensive position back at home. Panthers just go around harassing his opponent. Does get a sticky bomb off on one of the Panthers as the Panzer Grenadiers are charging on forward, trying to repair up some of these Panthers. Does take out the AT gun out entirely. Damaging the crit there from the sticky bomb.
Enemy unit down.
And gain some great hits there onto the Pershing. Over here, the rifleman squad maybe eyeing for another sticky bomb. They has a pretty nice menu of a selection for sticky bombs. Does get one of the models crushed. He's trying to crush some of these models, get a second model crushed there. A sticky bomb does connect on to the one that already has a damaged engine. I would say he should have hit the one that had less health and no damaged engine, but that's my opinion. This Panther has damaged engine as well. Humo barrage, second Humo's been deployed on. Well, that's a Martyr up there. So the same Humo does throw another sticky bomb there onto the Vet 2 Panther.
Enemy unit down.
Destroyed engine does get the wipe there. Martyr does go down. Panzer Grenadier trying to repair up this Panther. Does lose that rifleman squad. He is down to 3 riflemen. Medics over there. There may be a medic or 2 out captured for claiming some casualties. No medics there, so I think maybe those 2 medics just may be dead. Central VP has still not been repaired or even attempted to be repaired. Good hits there.
Point is ours. What say we lock it down?
Panther is now severely wounded. Rolling some misses there. Oh no, he does get a hit there.
Rifle squad has the objective.
And snipers are patrolling around trying to get some more and more kills.
Ready for another meeting.
Next shot. That Panther's almost down. Swallow technically at 0 health at the moment and does take out the AT gun. Pershing's pushing the way forward with the Veteran C2. Should have really high penetration rates. And there goes the Panther. And now the Pershings have Veteran C3. This Panther's severely wounded as well. This one's have pretty good health. Does receive some multiple rearmor hits there. He should be able to take out this Panther. Depends how his next shot goes. Does take out that Panther now. Vet 2 Panther versus Vet 3 Pershing. Both of them get a rear armor hit there. There's another rear armor hit there. Gets the rear armor hit in return. Pershing severely wounded. The Panther may get the kill there. Sector artillery does roll a miss there. Panther fires. Main gun ashore does not get the wipe there. Booby trap has been triggered. Another rifleman squad has been reformed. 3 riflemen still. And it's best to keep that Pershing alive and not use Allied War Machine because Veteran C3 is invaluable, especially when fighting against a lot of Panthers. Another booby trap has been triggered. This is sector artillery is also raining on in. Oh! Looks like the Hummel almost got killed there on the Pershing. Managed to get his main gun repaired. There's also a severely wounded landmine here. This landmine, he's been through a lot. Needs some blood transfusions.
We're losing them as fast as we're getting them.
.57 mil.
At your service.
Can a landmine be repaired by engineers?
Objective secure.
Okay, I generally don't know. Can a landmine be repaired by engineers? If they have a building type, then yes. If they don't, then probably no. Over here, Rifleman Squad did get forced back by the Pentagondeers and Maven's suppressive fire
We're losing
ability,
a strategic sector.
which will allow the unvetted G43 squad to punch a bit higher at its own weight. Fresh U.S. sniper deployed on the field. He's lost his previous set of snipers. Not sure from what. Maybe from Hummel.
We're losing a fuel point.
AT here.
AT gun shots onto the Panther, but it looks like it did roll a bounce. Pershing, not fully healed, but with 3 levels of veterancy, it probably will defeat the Panther. Riflemen starting making their advance, or this Panzer Grenadier here, captured the fuel point. Got an unvetted rifleman, a Vet 2 rifleman. He only has 1, this is the only squad of vetted riflemen. But the 2 throws on Cine Grenade there, and does receive a frag grenade in return. Takes out one of the models there. Falls back with the unvetted rifleman squad. And could, I would say, push towards the VP. Screw the fuel point, go for the VP. The opponent has 20 tickets remaining. Even decapturing that makes you get some much closer to a victory. Got also some tank traps here deployed up with the US player. I'm not sure when he had time to do that. Martyr carcass does get ran over. Is there any other carcasses out on the field? There's still this Panther carcass. That is a Panther carcass, right? Yeah. That's not a Pershing carcass, though they both have the front bit. Yeah, that's definitely Panther. I don't know why. Sometimes I wonder, look at the carcasses side by side, wondering if that's Panther or Pershing. They can't quite look similar when you hit such smoldering wreckage.
Objective secured. Rifle squad defending.
Losing ground out there.
Finished.
Rifleman squad does fall back. Unvetted Panther here. That had to be. That's the Vet 2-1. Yeah, it's not unvetted. Starting to try to repair up the central VP. As the Pensacola starts pushing the way forward, we'll find this medic station once again. This fuel point being captured up. And this
Supply lines are broken.
Panzer Grenadier
We have
squad may
territory
go
cut off
down,
from
but he's trying to
supply.
respond to this squad. And gets a pretty good hit there.
They got us covered! Taking fire!
Humo barrage in somewhere, trying to hit this general location. This med section may go down, trying to booby trap at this point as well. And Panther does get a direct hit there onto the medic station. He may get the booby trap off in time, but it's relatively easy to defuse that. Throws out a frag grenade there, getting one of the models. Panthers will cover the retreat of the Panzer Grenadier. Does decide to trigger it there, but does retreat back there now. Panther may receive a couple of sticky bombs, does receive one sticky bomb. And as Panther Grenadier is coming forward to support, AT gun does find a bounce there. And does throw another sticky bomb in the group. Pershings makes his way forward, does receive a hit there by the Panther. What was that sound? That was probably from the Humo, getting a weird sound effect. And does get one of the models crushed in there by running into the Panther. Panzer Grenadiers may get the wipe there on that one squad. He does not, however. Person starting to make his way forward. The Vet 3 Humo does receive the fire, but it's only defense, so it's not really a huge deal to lose the Vet receive. More the manpower cost. Does receive some hits there. Pershing still backing away, trying to avoid the Panther shots. He could throw an AT grenade, but does get fully wiped there by the sniper. Rolls a miss there. This Panther does roll a pen there. Pershing severely wounded. No, not enough munitions there for field repairs. And does lose the Vet 3 Pershing, which is a big loss there. Such a VP has not been repaired just yet. AT gun does get decrewed there by the Hummel. And the Coyote does fire another barrage there, but not going to be all successful. Can easily be overwhelmed there by the Panthers. AT gun here is still firing away. The Panthers are all severely wounded. The Coyote getting some good, decent crushes in. It does get draws of fire there. The AT gun does get decrewed. Rifleman trying to charge forward, trying to get some sticky bombs off. Maybe it'll recruit the AT gun. Does recruit the AT gun, trying to rotate the gun around, but it's pretty far away from getting a kill on either of these Panthers.
Infantry squad lost.
Does lose the AT gun immediately. Does get one sticky bomb off. Destroyed engine crit, and does sacrifice one of the riflemen there. Hopefully relying on the medics to get some more and more squads. This rifle squad will need to fall back. Going for another sticky bomb there. AT gun does not set up another shot. Two more sticky bombs has been thrown on this Panther. It could go down.
Enemy unit.
It does go down to the first sticky bomb. Two riflemen remain. Any medics out and about? And maybe one here. Maybe one here. Or nope, there's three medics there. But I don't think any more casualties are being recovered at the moment. And Sniper gets crushed there. Not sure if he knew the sniper was there or not. Gain some shots there onto the AT gun. Of course, we got another set of another Panther out on the field. Rifleman charging forward. He may be eyeing for a sticky bomb off. They don't get a sticky bomb off. No, he does not. He didn't get the sticky bomb off. He could capture up the AT gun. The fire start having it fire, charging forward for more. First, another chase for a sticky bomb, and he does not get the sticky bomb off either. Humo Barrage raining on this region. Still trying to go for a sticky bomb. Ketograd charging on forward.
There's a lot of fire here!
We're losing ground out there.
And engineers do get forced back. Also got some AT mines here.
Losing a point out there.
It does get that a good hit there on that Panzergrenadier.
Straight.
Ready for battle.
Panzergrenadier's pushing the way forward, trying to get.
Unit down.
Does take out the Ketograd. Maybe we'll get the decrew on this AT gun. This AT gun's severely wounded as well, so one direct shot. Try to go for repairs, but one good hit there by the Panthers could potentially destroy it as these riflemen start making their advance.
Their grenadiers are down.
And does get a nice wipe there. So just 2 riflemen squad
Losing
rely on
ground
this
out there.
high number of medics. Just need one more casualty to recover to get a free rifleman squad.
Point is on.
Maybe allowing the engineers to take a bit of fire there to get one of the casualties should have been a good idea. Rifleman squad's advancing. This may get net another casualty for him to recover. Does disable that point. Not really an important point, honestly.
Ready to die. Just make it.
And now we've got another person out in the field, supported by an AT gun. Rifleman squad's charging on forward, may be able to get that point repaired. That one casualty that went down did not net him a casualty recover. AT gun advancing. I'm not sure another Ketograd apparently gone down as these rifleman squads do throw a grenade there onto the Panzergrenadiers, getting a couple models there. Pershing getting overwhelmed by the Vet 2 Panthers. AT gun not in a good angle. Casualty being recovered by the medics. And there goes the AT gun. And at this point captured, this would be a great spot for sector artillery, and that Pershing immediately goes down.
Taking casualties.
Riflemen being reinforced. Over here, we've got the rifleman squad engaging the Panzergrenadiers. And these rifleman squads trying to charge on forward, trying to get off a sticky bomb or two. And they do get a sticky bomb off. Damage into crit. AT gun can be reclaimed, but severely wounded. Medic rushing forward to capture casualty. And denying this, killing off this medic is actually quite important. Doesn't kill off the medic there, it's just severely wounded. They should be get off one more volley before that medic gets back. Roll some misses there. Maybe try and go for a crush on the medic now. And he will get a free rifleman squad, which may be very important for him to get back in this game. There's a damage on this wounded one here. Going for another pair of sticky bombs off. He does get 2 sticky bombs off. He gets destroyed and fully immobilized Panther there. Panzergrenadiers are in the mix. Rifleman squads need to start hitting those Panzergrenadiers as their sticky bombs get off cooldown. This one here does throw a frag grenade on these forces. He's low on munitions now. Recaptures the AT gun in the mix of all this stuff. It is quite wounded, but not being focused down. So it does get a nice rear armor hit there. This other one has not been reclaimed. Looks like the engineers have gone down. Sector artillery has rained on in over here. Does not get a kill there on the Panther. And looks like he will not be able to kill off either of these Panthers. Fresh AT gun has been deployed out, getting main gun destroyed crit. As these medics now charging forward, trying to cover some more casualties. A lot of rifleman models being recovered. We got one of the medics getting killed off by the sector artillery, however. He's pretty close to another rifleman. Taking engagements here will allow him to get a good net of riflemen. We got some more sector artillery. Takes out another medic
Destroyed
there.
our barracks.
And loses the casualty there. Expired. Going for the medic station, still has 2 more over here, so losing it's not a huge problem. And 2 more medic casualties will recover. We'll let him another rifleman squad. Panzer Grenadiers have gotten the mobilized crit repaired, but did not get the damage crit repaired. Rifleman reforms, another rifleman squad charging on forward. It does pick up a bar there. These rifleman squads are quite wounded, but more and more casualties go down, which means more and more riflemen. This rifleman squad will need to fall back. He's a bit suicidal, just relying on the medics to recover the casualties. A number of these medic models have gone down to the sector artillery, which is still active in this region. Humo barrage raining on in over here. It sounds like 2 Humos. Yeah, we've got a second Humo now deployed on the field, a fresh Humo. More casualties have been recovered. Looks like he's halfway there to another rifleman squad. This Panzer Grenadier does use suppressive fire ability. It looked like he was going for a incendiary grenade. He now goes for the incendiary grenade. And looks like he does manage to get these Panthers nearly fully repaired. AT gun will be backing away. Sector artillery has worn off.
Look alive, crew.
Even these wounded AT guns can be useful. He's out of engineers, so no more repairs. Looks like all the casualties have been recovered. Panthers push their way forward. They're both fully repaired. And we'll receive some long-range AT gun shots off. That medic station has gone down. These 2 medics should expire, but they're actually not expiring immediately. They're actually starting recovering some casualties now. And it will be backing away and back to the other medic stations. Artillery is running on it. Does take out that 1 AT gun. The medics have gone down. AT gun set on up, trying to get out some more sticky bombs there. Rifleman squads still engaging. And the Citadel VP has been repaired and reclaimed by the Axis player. AT gun has gone down. And at this point, I think the US player has lost the game. The deploys out sniper, which is trying to pick away, but these veteran Panthers are a bit problematic. All these casualties are being reclaimed. And if he guns down the medics, sometimes they can also be casualties as well. This US player's been basically staying alive this entire game, thanks to the fact that all these medic stations giving me some extra squads. A lot of dropped bars right there. And this will net him another rifleman squad. We still have 6 medics at this medic station, because as long as there's a medic station out in the field, the other medics do not go down. So he has 6 medics at the medic station, so he has plenty of medics still. What he needs to do is get out some more AT guns. I don't think the Pershing's going to be very useful at the moment, especially when it doesn't have any engineers for repairs.
The men are formed up, sir.
And a lot of dropped bars as well. He could pick them up as well.
Repair detail ready for action.
He has deployed out engineer, maybe for repairs. A lot of stuff needs repairs. Rifleman squad charging forward, and since this point is repaired, and he did not go for the annihilation yet, it can leave him a bit vulnerable. And maybe a good idea to immediately scorch this point in order to immediately deny it, because that will last some. Hey, best be ready to do a scorched earth whenever you need to, when you have this low in BPs. Yes, they do fire on medics in this game.
Base is taking fire.
Humo barrage is raining on in. And a booby trap has been triggered here as well.
What are my coordinates?
Sniper firing. Does get one kill there before retreating on back.
What are my coordinates?
And the AT gun is getting much needed repairs. Let's see, no extra AT guns at the moment. Sector artillery is still set on up. Panthers advancing. He does have a short-barreled Panzer IV as well. So setting it up on a good position on the high ground where he'll shoot down onto the hill will be very, very good. This point has been deactivated. And he still has more casualties to recover. In actuality, I see a whole train of casualties being recovered from a Hummel shot. Short barrel Panzer IV making advance. We may see sticky bomb onto the short barrel Panzer IV. AT gun does get deep through. Sniper does find a shot there. Sniper at Veteran C1. Riflemen sort of make the advance. We'll find this Panzer Grenadier here. Another Rifleman squad has been reformed, so he's back up to 4 squads. AT gun has been reclaimed. The sniper does find a shot there. Panther starting to advance. Do you post on YouTube and mirror to Rumble, or how do you make your posts? I do upload to YouTube. It's automatically uploaded to the Rumble things that sort. But right now, I've been just trying to have one replay release per day in general. Catch me, so most of the sniper has actually been crushed there by the Panther. Rifleman could get sticky bomb there on one of the Panthers, but I think that's going to be the end of the game for the U.S. player. And that Rifleman squad does get fully wiped. Rifleman could get a sticky bomb there onto the squad Panthers, but I think that's it's in the game. I think he's just sort of he may be AFK at this point in time. No, so yeah, I think he's just AFK. And that's the end of the game. This is Adam Grade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And actually, before I actually start the next replay, I'm going to use the restroom. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Let's see now. Now this replay may not be that good if one person just calls the other person an idiot on the title name. So let's go ahead and get started. Again with this map. It's like the 4th map in a row. Now this is with Brett, so a little bit different. Greetings everyone, and Grade here of another Company Heroes 1 replay. Spawn on the south side as the British forces, we have Freestyler. Spawn on the north side as the Panzer Elite, we have Irish Beer. Likely a good idea, he's probably going to go for 2nd Kettengrad. 2nd Kettengrads are usually pretty effective versus Brits for the extra captain pressure. Where will the intersection try to capture to set up his forward HQ truck? He could go a bit safe, go for this fuel point. Probably go for one of these munitions points as well, or head over here for this fuel point, or this fuel point here.
Ready to fill the day.
Intersection already captured that munitions point. We do have this Kettengrad camouflage stealthing on forward. And now we do have a lieutenant pushing his way forward. One intersection, one lieutenant. We do have the command truck.
The gents are ready.
Has the intersection still queued on up. And we do have this Kettengrad. Does interrupt the capture there, and it was a very, very smooth interrupt there. Starting to recapture up that point now. Looks like this guy is the capturing model.
Commander's unpacking. We won't be long.
And he has gone for the standard strategic point. Not waiting for the munitions point to be captured up. He's trying to get this
We're ready to roll out.
deployed on out to get that other intersection going. He likely will pack on up and go back to this point here. Kettengrad pushes his way forward as well. Trying to do the exact same thing again. He did the exact same thing again. Oof. Lieutenant is captured the munitions point there. Got this Kettengrad. Captured the standard strategic point now.
Look sharp. Section report.
Another intersection's here. He could queue this up to capture that point as well, to guarantee it to be captured. There's actually 3 Kettengrads out on the field as well.
Yes, sir.
And did he just interrupt the capture of the lieutenant as well? That lieutenant didn't get much progress there. And again.
Oh, look at that. Looks like that piece of
Ugh.
have back home.
And we do have Dr. Lock-in of Luftwaffe Ground Forces for the Panzer Elite player. Another intersection being deployed on out.
Section.
Kettengrad, however, getting focused down by the scope rifles, gets a damage engine crit there, and does get it revealed since he was on the road for a brief moment.
We're ready. Get us to the fight.
And we captured the VP now, and he's going finally to capture that munitions point. Does pack on up, trying to reposition on that munitions point.
Ammo depot secured.
Section report.
Cutoff point will be cut off, and will deny the income from all of these points. Kettengrad captured this munitions point here. Won't really accomplish all too much other than slow down his opponent.
Push the command headquarters here, gents.
That is the first squad of Panzer Grenadiers deployed on the field, and he's immediately gone for Camp Griffith Company into Panzer Command, immediately going out for some 222s. And he does have that booting revealed. So he will need to go out. Oh no, the casualty clearing station is a horrendous item at this point in time. He sees Panzer Command, he knows a 2-2 is going to come out. He needs to rush out to the infantry support truck in order to get out either Pietz or Stewart. Probably Pietz at this point in time. Hell, a Bofors wouldn't be half bad as well.
Go ahead, sir.
Drink it up, lads.
This is what we came for. Pat yourselves on the back.
And they captured an unsecured VP.
Lieutenant here.
His fuel point will be decaptured. He'll get a small amount of fuel from this point. Or nope, he has backed away the scope rifles in hot pursuit. This munitions point and this munitions point has not been claimed either. He's only relying on this improved munitions income. Scout car now advancing, getting some good damage there onto the scope rifles. They do fall back relatively early, which is a good idea. He does have, of course, a casualty clearing station here, as well as a handful of slit trenches ready to engage the 2-2 as they start advancing. This is in range, so we'll receive some heals there. He's got his next truck out as soon as possible. He may be able to finish up that slit trench there. He does not. And that guy is getting ripped apart. Getting reinforced now. He needs to back away around the other side of the command truck, not advance it, though. He did get some good damage there. And it actually does get a damage into crit there. Lieutenant's falling on back. And now the scope rifle is actually pursuing the armored car because with a damaged engine crit, he's actually very vulnerable. He took out that 2-2 when you really should not have. Another 2-2 has been deployed on the field. He still has his 3 Kettengrads rolling around. He does have, appears to be 2 oh no, that's a Luftwaffe squad. I was looking at the map, and there is a Luftwaffe squad and a Panzergrenadier out on the field. Kettengrad will be captured up to this point.
We are losing a strategic
Not really important point to really capture, honestly. And he has actually utilized the attach ability onto that intersection here. But we'll find the Kettengrad, engage in the Kettengrad at point-blank range, but the Panzergrenadiers here will make their way forward. He does have this 2-2 here, as well as a Bren Gunner. Bren Gunner, of course, can be used to button the armored car. The Lieutenant could...
We're losing a strategic location.
If he gets that slit trench built, he can throw the Lieutenant in there to be a good defensive position. Right now, the Lieutenant's wounded. He needs to be kept around to get healing. Bolt action rifles, only one of these guys are firing, which is not a good idea. And this Kettengrad will decapture this fuel cutoff point, so you will not get income from this fuel point here. If the field support truck sets up there, but he immediately deploys it out, goes for 2 sappers trying to get his Piats out. But he needs more munitions points as well. He's having trouble maintaining field control thanks to those Kettengrads decapturing the points like that. Two armor cars advancing, immediately takes out that unbuilt split trencher, was a very good idea. Kettengrad does have this field support truck spotted. Bren Gunner's engaging, he can't button the vehicle, he can't utilize the healing, he needs that munitions for Piats. He's going to be bleeding off a lot of manpower, does have a handful of casualties recovered. But the Bren Gunner likely will go down. Does get one of the models reinforced there. It does drop a Bren gun. Perhaps leave the Bren gun unpicked up to allow his other squads to pick it up in case that squad does go down. Does get it reinforced there. And that squad does fully go down there. He can pick up the Bren gun now, that squad, or use the Lieutenant to pick it up if the Lieutenant's still alive. Piats being researched on this squad now. Kettengrad has captured the VP. And this squad's getting annihilated. Got accuracy armor cars. He wants these intersections dead. A 3rd armor car has been deployed on now. Even the Piat squad now have severe trouble, especially with the veterancy of these armor cars. Decides to retreat back now once he got his Piat squad. He does have a Lieutenant here. The Lieutenant could pick up the Bren gun, get in a slit trench, and be a relatively defensive Lieutenant. He could start trying to get some slit trenches built with the Sapper and the Scope Rifle squad as the Piat squad starts advancing. We've got a fresh intersection here thanks to the casualty clearing station. He may use a healing ability there to get this stuff healed up to help engage these armored cars, but there's 3 armored cars here. And these Kettengrad's doing a great job of capturing up every single other point, excluding this one here, which is locked down, and this one here, which is not really worth it at this point.
Cut forward supply lines.
Going out slit trench, he may want to focus on the slit trench. And it's going... No, not... You need a Bofors. You're fighting against armored cars. A Bofors is what you want. There's 4 armored cars. The Bofors will have a high rate of fire and great against armored cars and other light vehicles. The Bofors would be a better option at this point in time than a 17-pounder. Does throw some Piats across the garrisons. Does get 1 hit there. 17-pounder does throw a hit there onto that stone outhouse. And Slit Trench has been cleaned on up. It does pick up the Bren on the intersection as well. He doesn't have enough fuel income. He has packed up the field support truck. He needs to get it locked down on this fuel point to get out with Stewart. Okay, let's switch over to the Panzer League player. How many armor cars does he have? We have 4 armor cars and a mortar. The mortar is purely meant to siege down the trucks themselves. Looks like he's going to be Oh, he wants to take out that field support truck. Didn't realize it's already packed on up. He may not have seen it. He likely to have seen it. Going for the machine gun or Vickers emplacements. Two Piet squads are here, one of them severely wounded. He may be a pop cap? No, he's nowhere near pop cap. Field support truck has been setting up. The 17 pounder has not been rotated recently. Martyr could try to get some shots there on the 17 pounder, but the 17 pounder is trying to rotate towards the Martyr. And this is one reason why the Bofors would be much better. Even the Bofors will pose a threat to the Martyr at that range, and it will have automatic targeting and full 360 cover.
We are losing an ammo point. Jerry knocked out an MG nest.
Piets do get some hits there, 2 rear armor hits. Trying to rush on forward. The Bren gunners could butt in the vehicle if get enough munitions. Got a camouflage Kettengrad there, and we do have this not casualty clearance station. This MG bunker getting hit.
One of our strategic points.
17 pounder rotating's gun over here, so we've got 2 mortars now out in the field. Got 2 mortars, right? Yeah, 2 mortars out in the field. And all the Panzer League player needs to do is just hold out for get some flak 88s. Once he gets some flak 88s, he's able to set up a siege line to engage all the trucks here, because he already zoned them to one sector, and the flak 88s can help siege the sector. So we're going off on another sapper. 70 pounder does roll a miss there on the Kettengrad. Camouflage Kettengrad pushes way forward, which is great for spotting, just simply for spotting everything.
Field support CP ready.
Captain now being deployed on out. Maybe a good idea to get him a slit trench to hide in. There's 2 Kettengrads up north. We got all the armor forces here, or light armor forces.
German forces are trying
3
to take
2s, 4 2s, and 2 martyrs. Starting to skirmish around. Does retreat back towards the VP, trying to get engage those armored
The
cars.
supply lines are being threatened. Getting some great hits there onto the infantry section with the armored cars. PS now charging forward. Does get a 1 hit there. PS could potentially get some more shots in, but to take out the Kettengrad, which is somewhat important because it reduces spotting and capping pressure. But right now we just have Panzer Grenadiers and Luftwaffe forces. We got another Panzer Grenadier here. Deploying out Panzer Support Command. He may be eyeing for the, what's it called, Panthers. But honestly, a short barrel Panzer IV, wouldn't it be half bad? Wouldn't it be maximal? Right now, I don't know what the Panzer League player should deploy out. Just simply getting hits and containing his opponents, doing a great job with that. So I'm going to take out the Piets, that's for sure. So maybe some STG squads. Fuel points are being seized.
Piet's now raining on in, getting some damage roll across the line. Piet's raining on in. Martyrs do avoid those shots. He still has that wounded Martyr. And that pile of hay does go down. Oh, here, armor car's now advancing, trying to get some hits there, and do have a
Not, oh, wait, that's a 17 pounder that nailed the casualty clearing station. Now we do have a Steward out in the field, which will have trouble versus the 2 martyrs. Don't think I usually say that every day. These martyrs were a relatively good choice. And usually you don't say that all too often. It will prevent the stewards being too super effective and prevents the users of Bren carriers to rush down with some Piets in the back. Piet's getting some great, or receiving some hits there from the autocannons, and do largely miss those barrages. Does use get some defense on these guys, same as Piet's. Doesn't flood any of those vehicles, gets some minor hits there, and the 2-2s are doing a great job of kiting around. Some a bit wounded. Piet's are behind the hedge line. Steward can't push forward with those 2 martyrs in the region. He hasn't deployed the martyrs as well. Maybe a good idea to deploy the martyrs. So when something does pop up, he's able to fire off a lot of shots. These officers need to stop being attached and start behind for sectors. The captain can be way back here. The lieutenant can be behind the hedges. Has quite a bit of manpower stored up as well. It could be a possibility for him to go for a Churchill. Because Churchills will be a heavy unit to help him crack the front line and engage everything. Does take out 1 2-2s there. Roll some misses there. Churchill's to make his way forward. At this point in time, I'm not sure what stocks you should go for. 25 pounder with supercharged rounds wouldn't be half bad. Commandos, not so much. Not against this composition. So I'm thinking Churchills, regular Churchills, which will allow him to also get more improved resources because he does need more resources. So Royal Engineers wouldn't be half bad. Royal Artillery wouldn't be half bad either, just not Commandos. Let's take out a number of these vehicles. Let's switch over to the Panzer League player. We still have the 2 Piets still alive, or martyrs still alive, but that one's likely to go down, even to the bolt action rifle fire. Got another destroyed engine to support, and there goes the martyr. Got so 3 2-2s. He has sort of squandered his advantage. I would say he needed to get out some, or Ocean Jaegers wouldn't be half bad with FG-42s. Either STGs or FG-42s would have been great, because right now his threat is infantry, not armor. And STGs will allow him to charge in the line, and FG-42s will allow him to get out some good long-range firepower. And he's starting to set up a siege line here of Piets. Some of these medics are starting to be cleaned on up as well. Now, Panthers are available. I disagree with the Panthers. He is the Wild's Panthers. There are heavy frontline units to help that can withstand quite a bit of Piets, but right now, he has a lot of Piets already deployed on the field. And got multiple split trenches being deployed on out. But now he need mortar half-tracks and Vulcan Jaegers. Or upgrade his... Can he upgrade his 2 Panzer Grenadiers with Panzer Tracks? Why? He didn't need them.
Now losing a sector.
He does lose that structure there. Martyr now trying to siege around. Should set it up to kind of fire more rounds at long range. He needs incendiary grenades on this point as well, which can be thrown both by Fallschirmjägers and Panzer Grenadiers. Now we've got the Steward pushing his way forward. Not sure if he's canister around. Doesn't have the initial expenditure, and he's over population cap, so it's going to have some trouble now. He does have incendiary grenades now available, researched. But the sister trench is still going to stand quite a bit of beating here. He needs those incendiary grenades up front. He needs to get these. He needs these Panzer Grenadiers pushed forward now, because we've got the armor cars out advancing. There's 2 Stewards now in the field. It activates a mass blitz. Does receive some hits there. does finally get a City Grenade off there. This sapper is getting quite ripped apart. Does scuttle the trench. We do have another 17 pounder being deployed on out.
Enemy is attacking a petrol depot.
He does lose the Luftwaffe squad, which does allow him to free up some population to get reinforcements as well as capture up some sectors. There's another City Grenade there. He did not scuttle the trench. He wants to save the trench if possible. Not sure why he fired on his own 17 pounder right there. That may have been a mistake. 17 pounders are receiving quite a bit of fire there. He does lose the Martyr to the 17 pounder. Another City Grenade has been thrown. Does go to all his trenches. 17 pounder can go down to the Pantric squads. Switch over back to the Brits. No Doctrine selected just yet. Ketagrad goes out of control. He has not gone for the armor command truck just yet. Now he has a bit of resources stockpile up, a lot of manpower as well. All the doctrines are now available to him. He can now go for commandos. Probably not a good idea. Decoy barrages won't be that great, but maybe the commando glider, HQ glider could be useful to get out some other support weapons. I forget what they can all deploy out. They can deploy out some Piat squads. Well, there goes the 17 pounder. They can deploy out Piat squads, MG squads, and mortar squads, right? No designated AT, however. No 6 pounder / M1 AT guns. Ooh, canister round does annihilate that squad. Royal Engineers wouldn't be half bad for the increased resource income, as I mentioned beforehand. And Royal Artillery is still always reasonable. PS2 bring on in. The Ketagrad does dodge them all. Panthers are, both of them are quite wounded. And so has a number of veteran armored cars here. And that one does get main gun destroyed, severely wounded, one shot away from death. Does drop a Piat there. We'll need to pick it up, back up. And we may see a canister round. Yes, he almost wipes out both of those squads. Right now, picks up the Piat there with the lieutenant. Right now,
Germans are after one of our
he needs to get out the repair upgrade. He needs a lot of repair squads. Stuart also needs some repairs.
Captain, the lads are ready to fight. Sappers here, son.
And he's starting to repair up the Stuart tank.
An ammo storage
And we now do have an
facility is
armor
being
command
overrun.
truck now deployed.
Enemy vehicle has been knocked out.
He does take out the Ketagrad right there. The armor command truck. If he goes for a fuel point, he's eyeing for deploy out some armored assets. If he goes to a munitions point, he's eyeing to get, of course, more munitions. But if he doesn't go for a fuel point, then we do know he's not going to eye for a whole lot of Cromwells or Fireflies and other armored assets. Right now, a Firefly wouldn't do him half bad. A Cromwell wouldn't be half bad as well to help engage these armored cars.
Tank's been repaired.
Set up Armored HQ at this position. Double time.
He has set up on munitions point.
Go ahead, sir.
Now Stuarts are pushing way forward along the right side. They will find the armored cars. Ketagrad is pushed right there. And the Stuart does roll a miss there. But these Scope Rifle Squad will get ripped apart. And that 2-2 does wipe out the armored intersection there. The Stuarts will find the Panther. The Panther does send a pen there onto the Stuart. And does get a kill there on one of the Stuart tanks. Late response there. He has a lot of Piats not pushing forward. He may see a button here. Yes, we do see a button there. Multiple Piats now running on in, but a lot of bounces and misses. Another bounce there. And now we do have Spruce now available. Now he's getting some pens there, but and the Panther, now it's a good time to try to go for a massive crush. Stewart does get a nice rear armor shot there onto the Panther. Trying to go for a crush there. Does force a mass retreat there. Didn't get the kill down on the Panther. Gave a lot of veterancy, however. And Stewart is staying in the region, going for a canister round. Nope, main gun destroyed. And Patrick does connect.
Contact report shows the steward has been knocked out.
Command tank being deployed on out. He doesn't have any Stewards anymore, so maybe he's eyeing for some Fireflies.
Action stations, men.
All right, chaps. Fire her up.
And he's using a casualty clearing station to get his stuff fueled up. And also repairing up the armor command the command truck that has been probably largely damaged from his own 17-pounder.
We're ready to run out.
Gun ready.
German forces are trying to secure one of our sectors.
All set. Go ahead.
I don't know why. Why is it sometimes it wants me to click on stuff I already clicked on? Like, I did a selection block there and just gave me the armor command HQ. Happens all the time. Mostly goes to triage centers. Howdy. Armor cars getting some good damage there onto the sapper. We do have the Bren guns and the PS now advancing, maybe eyeing for a button. We do have some butterfly bombs here, which have not been scouted just yet, and there's no scope rifles to spot them. We do have the priest now raining on in somewhere. Does roll a miss there, and rolls a far miss there as well. No button on the vehicle just yet. Panther's now starting to engage as well, and there's a direct hit there by the priest. Depending on the next shot lands, almost hits the wipe there. Pete's raining on into this Panther. No more artillery rounds to that other Panther, and the armor car's not going to support the Panther. Now we've got some officer artillery ran in, which could take out these armor cars.
A fuel point is being seized.
And no, that's a creeping barrage. Or not. No, that was still officer artillery. At first I thought it was a creeping barrage. Or second off, I thought it was a creeping barrage. Lieutenant is rolling some missiles there onto the Kettengrad, and the armor cars were sending missiles as well. PSR make their way forward to the opposite the garrison.
Right.
QM's just distributed supercharged rounds to the arty line.
Supercharged rounds are now available. Oh, those are butterfly bombs are being detonated there by the lieutenant. Does find another butterfly bomb there, getting some damage on the retreat path. Finds more of the butterfly bombs on the retreat. And now we do have a Firefly being built out because I was trying to select these guys, and all of a sudden it keeps on giving me the armor command truck.
Yes, sir.
I wonder.
This should fill our day.
Wait a second.
Standing by on you, sir.
If I were to select right here,
Chaps are ready when you are.
is there an invisible button right here? Yeah, there are invisible buttons right here. What the hell? Like, if I were to go right here... Yeah, there's an invisible button right there. That's why I keep on selecting it. There's literally an invisible button. Why is there an invisible button there? If I switch over to the other player, will it give me that structure as well? Nope, there's not. That structure's not available.
Panther ready to break. Heavy Panther ready.
But if I go back here, right here,
Yes, sir. Armor is
there is actually just straight up an invisible button on that part of the map, regardless where I'm looking at.
What's the word, sir?
Based on the proximity of where it is from this button up, I can select on it.
6 ready.
Okay, that's weird.
So that's why I keep on selecting those invisible buttons on my screen. Why did I not know those invisible buttons on my screen? We got these PS pushing the way forward. Getting some hits there onto the Panther. Does send another bounce there. Armored cars trying to support and engage those PS squads. Doing some great work there. Trying to go over a slit trench there. He would not be successful. In fact, the two Pantrucks had nailed the slit trench itself.
Just follow me. You'll be okay.
Standing by on you, sir.
Yep. Invisible button. Now I can't stop clicking on the invisible button. Got 3 Pantruck squads advancing forward, 4 Pantruck squads advancing forward. He does have 1 Firefly deployed out, which is overhealed. 70 pounder getting annihilated by the Pantruck squads. Priest is trying to rain some shots in onto the sector. But he is rolling some miss there. It's pretty tight barrage. That one's wide enough, but he does actually avoid it.
We are losing a strategic sector.
And still he misses, even though it's raining on wide. Ooh, also artillery raining on in. Or is that creeping barrage? Ooh, good hits there.
Forward OP is reporting a petrol dump under attack.
A lot of autocannon fire coming on onto these squads, getting some good hits there onto that Panther as well. With the rear armor exposed, he's able to take a lot of hits. Now we've got the Firefly supported by the Command Churchill. This one has lost its overheal.
Germans are now at 300 points.
Not Command Churchill, Command Firefly. Not Command Firefly, Command Cromwell. Now we've got the Loiter coming on in, trying to get some shots in there. Does get some hits there on destroyed engine and damaged engine crit there on the Firefly. And he does find some butterfly bombs there with his Firefly. Pantruck, however, may take out... Nope, he loses that to the Loiter, the HS-129B3. PS squad's pushing the way forward. No lieutenant there to support him to help him move faster. Pantruck still connect with the rear armor of the command tank. Minor importance. And why did all of a sudden my sound just drop? Pantruck squad just falls back. PS now raining on in, does completely whiff against these armored cars. All of them still quite vetted.
Overwatch and Precision reporting they have destroyed a German target. Cover kill zones.
Overwatch now available. We do have squad right there of one of the Panzer Grenadier models. These guys are trying to repair the Panther. The VPs are very, very similar. And actually the British player does manage to eke ahead at this moment. We got some butterfly bombs on the cutoff point here. And you have another Luftwaffe squad being deployed now. He may be eyeing for a Flak 88. And it looks like the Brit player is down to the last potential ability to call on in. Let's switch over to the Panzer Elite player because I'm curious whether or not... He has no command points available and he has gotten the Henschel ready. So he has not gotten Flak 88s available.
Our
He may
Luftwaffe brothers are available for deployment.
he maybe need to get one more set of ability to get his Flak 88s. Ocean Makers haven't deployed out in the field. Panther's now firing some shots on the Panzer Grenadiers. Grenadiers do see some shots there from the Sappers. We've got another lieutenant here to inspire these troops. And this Panzer Grenadier squad will need to fall back. Does find some butterfly bombs here, as the autocannons do get some good damage along the edges, as the Firefly does send a pen. Hopefully the Firefly pens against a 2-2-2. Repair Sapper does receive some Pantruck shots in.
M22s are trying to get some hits there onto these infantry units. Firefly is still inspired by the command tank, and oof, that repair sapper gets annihilated, but does manage to escape out one last member. It's still raining on in, and these guys are very bunched up. There's going to be a lot of splash damage from the autocannons. Okay, some hits there onto the Panther Shreks. We've got these forces here as Panthers start making their advance. Getting some pens there onto the Panther as these Piats start raining on in, rolling some misses, however. Good hits there onto the armored car. And Panthers getting some great picks there against the infantry. Second Firefly has been deployed on out. Armored cars getting some good hits there. And the Bren squad, it does get forced back. We've got these two Panthers, both now quite wounded. Fresh Katagrad eyeing the capture of some points. You can call in another HS-129B3, and we've got some more free shots raining on in.
Germany is conceding a sector point to the Commonwealth. We must rally.
Potion makers making their advance. Good hits there onto that Panther. That Panther could eventually go down. And the Katagrad goes down to a Firefly. There's a lot of wrecked Katagrads here. Best use Burgundy to recover them. Firefly is just still skirmishing around, getting some damage in there. While the potion makers do have these squads spotted, could go with the VP. And one person's lagging a little bit. This is the Panzer League player. I don't think he's quit the game just yet. And now he has the Flak 88s available. A Flak 88 would be very useful to help engage those Fireflies. Another Kettengrad goes down. Just stop sending Kettengrads over there. There's 3 carcasses here. It's just starting to lag a little bit once again. Flak 88 being deployed now. Potion Jaegers, do not throw an Incendiary Grenade there. Maybe a good idea to throw an Incendiary Grenade there. He has to make sure this Flak 88 doesn't get overran by the Piats. He's doing a heroic charge. He will spot the Flak 88 there. Maybe a good idea to cancel the Flak 88. He's charging 4 of his Panthers. These guys are all exhausted, so there could be potentially some good crushes there. It does get a wipe there that maybe the Lieutenant or Piat squad does destroy the Flak 88 or gets it canceled. Got another strafing run raining on in, getting some good damage there. Does take out one of the Fireflies. The other one does receive some hits there as well. One of the Panthers is button. The other one's being engaged by the Firefly, or is engaged the Firefly, and the Sappers do fall back. Another strafing run there, getting some damage there onto the Firefly. Still inspired by the command tank, able to get some good shots on the retreat. The Panther needs to fall back. He's prone to being wiped himself. That is a repair sapper, not a Piat sapper. Luftwaffe ground forces getting out their own, another Flak 88. Damage is there, severely wounded, one penetrating bullet from death. And 2 does go down.
The unit has died in action.
Now got a Priest barrage onto this VP, but won't be capturing up any or hitting anything at the moment. It's not an Overwatch because it will be airburst rounds, and I don't see the effect around the Priest. Flak 88 deployed and out, so the Fireflies will have trouble advancing now. It is starting to focus on these carcasses, so maybe that was a missed shot on the Potion Jaegers. No, he is going to hit the carcasses. Does know about the Flak 88, of course.
The enemy is stealing a victory point from beneath our noses.
A lot of Piet hits there onto that Fallschirmjäger. Does fall back there. Trying to get some shots on in. The Panther is trying to gauge as well. A lot of hits there on the Panther. A lot of penetrating hits. Fireflies could advance support. Luftwaffe forces have 4 models here, so there's still a decent amount of firepower. Hits there onto the Flak 88. Maybe a good idea to get out of Verbelwind. Help engage the infantry. Right now, he's having trouble with anti-infantry. So more Fallschirmjägers or another or a Verbelwind wouldn't be half bad. And the Flak 88 does go down. And ooh, there goes repairing squads. Has 2 Fallschirmjägers, so he has actually building up. Here's the fresh Fallschirmjäger squad. Panzerschreck squad does get a hit there on the Firefly. This one's down 2 models, severely wounded, however. Fallschirmjägers will force back the repair engineers. Panzerfaust was thrown by the, or fired from the Fallschirmjägers. Panzerfaust, or Panzerschreck, does connect with the Firefly as well. This may be a dead Firefly. Panzerschreck fires, gets out of control with Firefly. Says 1 Panther alive.
Brave Panzer destroyed an enemy tank.
And he does stop the capture of the VP. The game, both sides are playing VPs remaining. Panther needs a lot of repairs, however, from the Panzerschreck squads. This one needs to stick in the region and repair it up. Sure, the command tank is exposed, but probably not going to get it.
Taking more arm fire!
We are losing ground.
Jawohl.
Fallschirmjägers starting to make their advance.
The enemy is attempting to seize.
And now we have the slit trench trying to be built there, but that's there it's getting ripped apart by the Fallschirmjägers. So it's a squad trying to build it. And it's nothing really to hold back these Fallschirmjägers at the moment.
200 points.
He has a lot of anti-vehicle assets, but not a whole lot of anti-infantry assets himself. Fallschirmjägers still have all the models, have 1 level defense. Usually people go for accuracy on Fallschirmjägers.
Return fire!
He does not have enough munitions for another HS-129B3. But here comes a Priest barrage. He heard the shots, so he's going to be avoiding the area from now on, for the time being. That one shot rained it up wide, and actually still raining wide, so that was a horrible barrage. That would have been a decent barrage there. Maybe the scatter's just bad. Does go for another Panzergrenadier.
Capture complete. Regrouping on target.
He lost his Luftwaffe ground squad, the Luftwaffe ground forces, so he no longer has access to building out more Flak 88s. A lot of PS pushing his way forward. Panzerschreck now makes his way forward as well. Got officer artillery raining on in, and it comes down pretty quick, so it does force the retreat. Fallschirmjägers capturing up the VP. Does decapture it at least, which will slow out the game a little bit, but not to the degree of a scorched earth. Fallschirmjägers do fall back fully. The squad is now advancing.
Steady up, squad.
And we've got some of these carcasses engaged. We've got the Panther now falling back. We're seeing a bit of fire there. And we've got this Luftwaffe Fallschirmjäger now engaging as well. These PS won't do much versus these Fallschirmjägers, though they are slowly whittling them away. Panzerschreck's now charging forward, trying to engage these Fireflies. And it looks like the Panzer player is lagging out a little bit, but he's mainly controlling these squads, so I don't think that was a temporary blip again. Now we got another Priest Barrage running on in somewhere. Trying to hit these Panzer Grenadiers. He does not lose a squad. He has 3 Fallschirmjägers on the field as well. So this good rotation to Fallschirmjägers was a very good idea. And his Firefly is sort of pointless. And all his Piet's sort of pointless. Oops, and goes off the map. At this point in time, a Flak 88 wouldn't necessarily be half bad, but be a bit of investment. Because you would need to get, of course, got lift off ground forces. Panther's still alive as well, so he still has that going for him as well, just now finally getting repaired up. Panther sort of makes his way forward. Got these forces advancing, forcing back the Fallschirmjägers.
Heavy armor.
Send your mission orders.
Panther sort of making his advance. We may see some hits there. Getting some good damage there. Over here, we've got these forces advancing, making some good hits there onto the HQ command truck, and this is a very nice pick. But we could see a canister round. Canister round does fire, falls back. He could eventually fire another round of Pantrax, but wouldn't get the kill. Though if you combine with the strafing sword, maybe he could have got the kill. Panther to get some great hits there on the Panther. The Panther just can't engage with the inspired
Base is under attack.
Fireflies. Up north, we've got another barrage raining on in. Rolling some misses, however. Down south, we've got the Fallschirmjägers advancing, trying to get some, maybe get some Panzerfaust shots off. Let's get on another squad of Panzer Grenadiers, which immediately gets a model lost. Not sure why he went for another Panzer Grenadier. Canister rounds will be quite effective versus the infantry of his opponent.
Attention, the enemy advances.
And does get supported by the command tank. Oh, here the Fallschirmjägers are advancing with the support. The Panzer Grenadiers are being upgraded Panzer Shrek, so he's gone for a 4th Panzer Shrek squad, but immediately gets annihilated. Panthers firing some pot shots against the infantry. Fallschirmjägers still engaging him from long range. He may be using canister round, but it's not really bunched up enough for that. Fallschirmjägers making an advance, but that's getting quite winded. We've got another strafing support. Panthers, Fireflies may go down one of the Fallschirmjägers. Both those Fallschirmjägers get fully wiped, so it's down 2 squads of Fallschirmjägers. Big loss there. Fireflies are seeing quite a bit of hits there by the Panzer squads. This one will likely go down because he's slowed down by the terrain. Fires a shot, rolls a miss. Rolls another miss there, and it gets main gun destroyed. Now Piet's trying to hit the Panther. We'll force back the Panther there, and the Panzer squad here may go down. And that other Firefly does manage to go down as well. Big losses on both sides, that's for sure. And Piet's now raining on in. Does fall back to the Panzer squad, as we may do not see a canister round. Fresh squad of Fallschirmjägers. Force back to the Piet squads, does fall back himself. Panther half health. We got more Priest barrages wiping out a Panzer squad. Getting a good hit there as well. Did that wipe that squad out as well?
Yep, that's wiped out that squad as well. Oof.
Have any wounded?
Officer artillery. Fallschirmjägers have not responded just yet. They're getting ripped apart by the artillery. And that Fallschirmjäger squad does fall back now. We may see a canister shot there. No, we do not.
Einsatzbereit.
You're ready for orders.
Fresh Panzergrenadier. Panzerfaust could be fired. No, he does not. And trying to avoid the canister round.
Go ahead.
Every time I see a formation, it looks like a great canister shot. However, got the
Ready, sir.
Panther engaging. Panzerfaust does fire, connects the Stuart. Intersections or sappers making their way forward. No incendiary grenades on these forces. Doesn't have the munitions for it. Utilize a heroic charge and rush down these forces. He could potentially pee it or button the Panther tank. Firefly engaging, inspired by the command tank. Main gun destroyed there. This doesn't look good for the Pants Elite player. Does find some butterfly
Protect
bombs
our
there.
munitions from enemy advances.
Panther trying to charge him forward. Main gun destroyed there onto the Firefly. He does lose one of those Panzer squads while at it. And more artillery are raining on in.
Base, they're hitting our base.
That was not a squad over there. Looked like a squad would be a squad wipe.
Point to the Commonwealth.
And immediately loses the reinforcement there. Panzer Support Command's almost down. He's trying to go for some trenches there. Does get a slit trench there and great canister round onto those forces.
We are losing territory.
No incendiary grenades onto these trenches. He had some munitions for it.
One of our sectors has been cut off.
And looks like the Panzer player that may have been an actual quit.
Our munition stores
Yep, he's
are
actually
under
left the
attack.
game this time.
Our
Oh
forward
boy.
supply
Oh,
lines are
hello.
broken.
Yep, and yeah, I would say both players could have played this game much better. I suppose my answer beforehand, what will stop the infantry spam, was a single Stuart. By the way, this is Andgrade saying thank you for watching and signing off. And that's probably going to be the end of the stream for tonight. Getting a little bit tired, not enough time for me to do another cast before I need to get some sleep. So everyone, have a good evening, have a good night.